making waves, and it's orange they bleed. All nations tailgating and they're raring to go. Yeah, when Nealon gets to rocking, it's a hell of a show.
Hello, we are live. We like to keep them waiting a little bit. Ain't that right?
Well, better late than never, Luke.
That's right. We had some technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Welcome to episode 20 of the Vawls Deep podcast. Week 4 is in the books, and our Tennessee Volunteers are 3-1. Great first half, and then we have a real bad third quarter lag, but Tennessee gets the win.
Saw a lot of improvements, but still have a lot to work on. Sure, we're going to talk about it a lot as we go on with this podcast.
Coming to you live tonight from the Vawl Cave. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, so share this out for us. Give us some likes if you don't care. As always, we have a ton to talk about regarding our Tennessee Volunteers and college football. We throw some splashes of other teams and subjects in there, but primarily it's going to be nothing but Tennessee football. We're going to grade position groups from Tennessee's last win. We're going to go over General Nealon's game maxims. We're going to preview Week 5 matchup versus South Carolina.
Screw those Cocks.
That's crazy, 5 weeks. We will give you all the information you'll need regarding that game. We have our keys to the game as well. We have Week 5 game predictions coming up. We have giveaways as well. Spur, who won last week's prediction giveaway?
That would be Andrew Knight of WECO fame. Went perfect 10-0.
10-0, Andrew Knight. Good job, buddy. We'll get with you. We'll message you soon, or I'll stop by. We'll be doing another giveaway. We have a $25 gift card, baseball cards, football cards, and some decals, so stick around for that as well. Speaking of predictions, I guess I've got a draw out of the punishment cut.
Finally, Luke gets to draw one out.
This week. Me and Spur and Spanky all went 6-4, but I lost the total points. Spur, you gonna eat the hot chip, or are we gonna donate?
Well, you know, they're not available to purchase anymore since someone died from it. And when my lungs and sinuses already be compromised, it's either going to be paid to the charity or draw out that cup again. So, whatever I have to do.
All right, we might just have to do the cup. I have to do the donation maybe, or you could take mine.
No, you get punished one time, Luke.
Corbin has been on fire the last few times. He went 7-3 last week, bringing his record.
I'm the pick'em king over here.
Bringing his record to 36-16. Spanky is in second place right now at 32-20. I'm in third place at 31-21, and Spurs in fourth place at 30-22. So very tight race still, but one of us is going to have to slow Corbin down.
Hey! 8 of my losses was when we picked that week 1 of high school football. So,
hey, you know, I gave Corbin some crap last week for some very odd picks, but you know, he nailed them again. What can we say? He's got to be good at something. Might as well be picking games.
Yeah, he can't win the belt again, can
That's
he?
right. He can't win the belt again. Speaking of the belt, where is our champ at?
yeah, where is the champ?
I don't know. We're going to have to make a rule, I guess. It's just going to be between you two. If you don't show up, if you go to...
So he's vacated.
If you go listen to Nickelback, then you get you vacate the belt.
He just wants to be a rock star.
That's true. So I'll have to get into the cup of misfortune later tonight. Spur still has to be a parking lot attendant. We was going to do this in Florida, but
Now we might do it in Missouri or Lexington or wherever we end up. We're going to do it somewhere.
The mood just wasn't right after the loss. But we have start bench cut coming up. We have Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other. And, of course, we have the duel. Spanky, he took the belt last week, but he's not going to have it. He never has it long.
Oh, no. You know, what can we expect?
He gets lucky every now and then he just gets it taken from him. That's fan/listener voted, so we'll need everybody to vote in the comments who wins the duel, who wins the belt. Hit the comment box real quick. Ike says he's been waiting all week, boys. Let's go, Big Orange. What's going on, Ike? Miranda says, hey. Kimberly says, go, Big Orange. Thank you for joining Coach Ryan Jackson. Memphis Perry on YouTube says, Vawls 52, South Carolina 21. Ryan on Facebook says he loves the hat. I appreciate it very much. Let's see. Coach Ryan Jackson says he wants to do the parking lot attendant with you in Oak Creek.
We can pull that off.
We'll hit some more comments when we get back. We're going to hit a commercial. Stick with us. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawl Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians, local people. Chad's from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find the checkerboard. The big orange is back. It's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud. Send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back on track. Coach Hyper, where you at? Getting it done, having fun. Power team #1. Y'all better get used to the fact. The big orange is back.
All right, and we're back. Welcome back to episode 20 of the Vawls Deep podcast, live on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate the likes, the comments, the shares. Please keep them rolling in for us. We started off last week's recap mentioning Josh Dobbs. Let's start this one off by giving Vawl for Life Josh Dobbs another shout-out for getting his first win as starting quarterback in the NFL. Huge win over the #1 NFL defense, the Dallas Cowboys.
Couldn't be more happy for Josh Dobbs. He's finally getting an actual opportunity. With the right situation, I truly believe Josh Dobbs.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawl Daddy. I want to give a big shout-out to the Fairview Union. Great musicians.
Get on the Josh Dobbs bandwagon while we can.
Hell of a win for Josh Dobbs.
It was.
I watched the whole game. The game just went pretty much how I was watching it and hoping it would play out, honestly. And, Dobbs, he 17 for 21 on the day, 189 yards passing, 1 touchdown. He also had about 59 yards rushing. Arizona just went wide all over.
And Dobbs looked good doing it. He had control of his team, had control of the offense. His team believed in him. So Josh Dobbs looked like a legitimate NFL starting quarterback.
He did, and this is NFL in a nutshell itself anyways. You can be the best team and the worst team and go out there and beat the best team, and you can prove yourself one week and make yourself a star, and hopefully this is good things to come because Arizona was supposed to tank this season.
That was the rumor.
That they was going to tank and get that NFL draft pick, like #1 or whatever, but now it looks like they're going to try to do something.
If Josh Dobbs continues playing the way he's playing right now, he's going to earn a big contract somewhere next year.
Yeah, for sure. Titans should have kept him.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, when they got rid of him, I said, well, they're going to pick Hendon up, and then when they didn't do that, I was really disappointed.
Now, where's Will Levis at anyway? What's he doing these days?
Will Levis lost to Vanderbilt at Kentucky last year, and he still got drafted.
Golly, I'm still pissed off about that.
Yeah, so proud of Dobbs, man. He's played good every week. He's needed some help on the defensive side of the ball, and he got that.
It's a very struggling team in Arizona at the moment.
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot with
very little.
Very little. That's for sure. Tennessee beats UTSA 45-14. Nice rebound from this Tennessee football team, in my opinion. Overall thoughts on this win?
Vamos Vawls, as our good friend Carlos Lopez would say on the Spanish radio announcer. It's the best start to the game that was possible. It was a perfect first play call, perfect execution, and the fans immediately bought back into to Joe Milton from play #1. The first half was about as good as it could have been. I wish we'd have been a little bit more aggressive there the last 2 minutes of the first half, but I think we were a little uncertain on the condition of Joe's knee at the time, and we kind of took it a little conservative. We certainly relaxed in the third quarter, and we absolutely cannot relax for any quarter this week against South Carolina. We can't take a quarter off and expect to beat the Gamecocks.
Good win. Can't say it's a great win, but good win. I expect us to lay off there at the end of the last fourth quarter. I expect us to lay back a lot. I didn't expect us to lay back as much as we did, but it is what it is.
Yeah, overall it was a solid performance, but still a ton of room for improvement.
Yeah, I think great first 2 quarters, kind of sloppy, lazy, nonchalant in the third. Joe kind of got on the sideline and fired him up a little bit though in the fourth. Good to see the defense. We played a lot of young guys on defense, but great win, great come back. I like the aggressive play calling. A little,
Absolutely.
actually went deep a
Yep.
few times. UTSA, they're a good program. Back-to-back conference championships. Very good, coach team. They're not SEC, but they're a lot more solid than what people are acting like.
We caught them at the right time for us to catch them. Their starting quarterback was out, and they're a little bit down this year to what they've been in the last couple years past. But they're a solid program and definitely well coached.
Their coach, I could actually see him probably going to a bigger team here in the future, honestly.
Yeah,
from
I
what
can
he's
see
done
that.
with UTSA.
Yeah, speaking of their coach, Jeff Traylor had some great words about Neyland Stadium. He said it's the best environment in college football. It was incredible.
Well, he's not wrong there. After the game, I ran into a couple of UTSA fans on their way back, I guess, to wherever they were going. I met them at Bucky's in Crossville, and they both spoke highly of their experience in Neyland Stadium, said fans treated them all with respect and grace, so nothing bad to say about us, and so I think they're a little jealous of what we have in Neyland.
You remember that time Oregon come and played us at Neyland Stadium? Was it Oregon come and played us at Neyland Stadium?
Yeah, that would've been what?
Yeah.
That was
They
in-
certainly come to play us.
was
We
it
didn't.
13?
We didn't come to play them that night, but they come to play us.
But one of the players said that's the craziest environment he's ever been in his life, and said he was on the line and like he could look over and like the ball was like shaking from the crowd noise on the field.
That's how it's going to be this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be wild. Let's see here. I'm going to hit some comments real quick. Christian says, roll damn Vawls. Jesse says, let's get it. Marty says, go Vawls. Corey says, great show, guys. Keep it up. Go Vawls. Saturday, Tennessee is going to be insane. 44-33 Vawls. Josh Jackson says one of South Carolina's wide receivers is out this weekend.
We're going to get into that, Josh.
Corey says, I just hope we can stop Rattler. I think he comes in way too cocky. Yeah, we're going to talk about Rattler a little bit later, Corey.
Like the
Danny
pun right
says,
there.
stay out of Bucky's. Pilot is right across the street. Josh says, I think after last year he comes in with a big head. Aaron Beasley knocks his head off. I hope so. They're going to have a little chip on their shoulder, that's for sure. Let's go over some offensive stats. Tennessee ran the ball as a team 33 times for 303 yards. Joe Milton busted an 81-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage, which was nice to see. I was preaching all last week about how he's going to have to use his legs to be successful. Another thing I was preaching was the lack of use of Dylan Sampson. They actually used him, and look what happened. 139 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on just 11 carries. That's 12.6 yards per carry.
Hey, they let that cheetah out of the cage, didn't they?
They did let him out of the cage, that's for sure.
I expect to see a lot more out of Dylan Sampson moving forward. He just simply makes plays happen, whether it's a 10-yard run or a 50-yard run, he's making guys miss, and that's been missing a little bit this year, the long run anyway.
This is what I expect every week out of our rush game, honestly.
Yeah.
From the talent we have, being 3 deep and everything. Like, I was hard on them for the game before us, but we come out, we done it this week.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fired up about it. Offensive line's got to be there, but I don't know. Just great to see Joe use his legs finally. Like we said last week, it's not a RPO offense if the quarterback never runs. It was the longest touchdown run by a quarterback in Tennessee history. Dylan Sampson does his thing. I mentioned it last week. We don't need to Alvin Kamara him. He looks like Alvin out there, man. He got the number 6 going on. Quick, hard to tackle, elusive.
Not quite as tall.
I think minimum he deserves 10 to 12 carries per game minimum.
He's earned that at this point. So if he doesn't see 8, 10, 12 carries this next week, then we're going to have to start questioning some things.
Yeah, 100%. Joe Milton had 5 total carries for 89 yards and a touchdown. Jabari Small had 91 yards for 9 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Wright only had 4 carries for 16 yards. He left the game a little bit banged up, I believe. Just overall thoughts on the run game.
It was an excellent week all the way around on the ground. let's hope Jalen Wright can go this week, as we're going to need him. But again, it's a pretty solid performance. You cannot complain about 300 yards on the ground, no matter who gets them.
Best running backs in the country, man. We just have to block.
Best trio in the country, no doubt.
The three-headed monster is elite. Dylan Sampson is first in the SEC, averaging 7.37 yards per carry per game. And then Jalen Wright is right behind him at 6.93. So, I mean, they're great. Joe Milton, 8 for 31, 209 yards.
18 for 31. Come on now.
man.
Give him some credit.
209 yards. Sorry, Joe. 2 touchdowns. Joe had an 86.0 quarterback rating. Thoughts on Joe Milton's Week 4 performance?
You want to take this one, Corbin? I'll follow up.
I mean, as good as we done in the run game, I mean that took up a lot of the took a lot off Joe, but still, 18 for 31 for me is still not acceptable in a way against a team like UTSA. Because if that was in a game like this weekend in South Carolina, that's trouble.
You know, other than that stretch where he was hampered by his knee, I thought he played pretty well. You know, he had 9 straight incompletions. If you take those away, his stats are pretty daggum good. A few passes were overthrown, and it just seems like something's still not clicking between Joe and his wide receivers. It still has to get a lot better this week.
And that's what I was hoping for going in this game, is we get something clicking with them. Because they're going to have to get a connection going quick.
Yeah, solid first half, kind of tweaked his knee. And after that, he had like a little 0 for 8 stint.
Yeah.
But which was not pretty at all. Much better than he has been, in my opinion. I worry a little bit, just all of the little pops and screens, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Just still not sure how confident the coaching staff, is in him or the offensive line. There's something there.
They did let him loose a little bit. He threw more deep balls this game. I hope to see a few more this week. I think we're going to have to this week.
He did hit 21.3 miles per hour on the run, though, the touchdown run. That's crazy for a 6'5", 240-pound guy.
We got 4 running backs.
Yeah. Let's hit our receivers now. 18 receptions for 209 yards. Ramel Keaton had 1 catch for 48 yards and a touchdown. Brew McCoy, 3 catches for 30 yards. Squirrel White, 4 catches for 29 yards. Dante Thornton, 2 catches for 24 yards. Caleb Webb, 2 catches for 22 yards, and his first touchdown pass catch as a Vawl. McAllen Castles, 2 catches for 19 yards. Overall thoughts on our wide receivers?
Ramel Keaton's become our big play receiver again, and he certainly puts his body on the line for those deep balls. I like that we spread it around to all the receivers. As a defense, just can't key on one receiver or one individual. All of them can hurt you. It's a good problem to have multiple receivers. Again, we still need to get on the same page as Joe. That's my only concern with our receivers is communication with our quarterback.
Yeah, Spur said. I mean, it's nice we spread it out. We made big plays, and we just need to make them now when it counts, because they're gonna have to have that connection the rest of this season. Because every game from here on out matters.
There's a lot of potential here that's not being
tapped just yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Still some drops, some miscommunication of some of the routes, and it kind of makes you wonder too on some of maybe Joe's bad passes or whatever. How much is it? Is it the receivers or a combination of things?
I think it's a combination.
And still got a new offensive coordinator, so learning new scheme, so to speak. But if Coach Heupel calls the plays, then I don't get it sometimes. But it's got to get better.
Yeah, getting better by the week. I feel like we have made progress each week. We got to make a big stride this week, that's for sure. Tennessee on defense, great first half. I was really feeling the big goose egg. I thought that was going to happen, but still a great performance. They brought out the lefty quarterback that kind of threw us off a little bit, in my opinion. Beasley gets a little roughed up, so we're playing a lot of young guys, especially at linebacker in the second half. Finally create some turnovers, 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Held them to 319 total yards. I'd like to see that, a little bit less, but 88 of those were rushing. What's your all's thoughts on Tennessee overall on defense versus UTSA?
319 yards is a lot for a lower class team, but not against UTSA, I would say, honestly, because they are a pretty decent program.
You know, that third string quarterback has some family lineage. It's Josh McCown's. Was his son? It was McCown. So, I know UTSA scored 14 points in the third quarter, but those was against our second string defense, and we were just basically playing base coverage at the time. So I feel overall it was our best defensive game from top to bottom. We lacked some in the third, but we were getting some younger guys in. I'm worried about our secondary and our health headed into South Carolina this week.
Yeah, some bad drives, mostly simple mistakes in my opinion. We have to be better versus South Carolina, especially in the secondary. Can't let up, can't take any plays off. I'll add this, Aaron Beasley led the team again with 9 tackles. Elijah Herring followed with 8 tackles and a tackle for loss. Tamarion McDonald played very well with 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and an interception. Tyree West played really good. He had 6 tackles. I was happy to see a good game from him on that defensive line. Warren Burrell also had an interception. Special teams looked good again, minus the freshman mistake from touching the ball on the punt.
Have you ever been so excited on a play and so pissed off at the same time?
Yeah. I was mad, but when I seen who done it, I was like, man, just freshman mistake.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is aggravating. He'll get hit with fumbling the football. D. Williams averaged 17 yards on his kick returns. Nothing really much to talk about the punt returning. Jackson Ross looked good punting again. Charles Campbell was 1 for 2 on field goals. How long was that?
Was it a 52-yarder? It was a long field goal.
He was out there, and he didn't miss it by much. But he was 100%, 6 for 6 on extra points. What's your all's thoughts on Tennessee's special teams versus UTSA?
Well, I bet he doesn't make that same mistake on that block punt again and the fumble. That's a one-time mistake. It's a learning mistake. I'm glad it happened in this game and not the game coming up this week. So the missed field goal was from 52 yards. You can't expect him to make all of them, especially from that distance. Jackson Ross, after the first 2 weeks where he struggled, has done a pretty good job hunting.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate on him too much for a 52-yard kick miss just because, you got kickers in the NFL who's kicking from like 15 yards out and they're missing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with the special teams overall. Nothing to complain about. Let's hit the comment box real quick before we go over. The comment box is flooding in pretty quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not having any more signal issues on Facebook. On my end, it's not. It's acting like it's slow. Zach Bunch says Section P is going to be rocking on Saturday. Says he will need a rattle after Saturday evening. Jalen and Dylan are so good, and Cooper and stability on the offensive line is back. I hope we're going to talk some injuries a little bit later. I hope Cooper is back. Man, I'm not getting my hopes up after the last.
I've learned a little bit more about Cooper's injury, so
I've got a theory on Cooper's injury.
Yeah, and Josh Jackson says before Joe Milton's knee, he was 14 of 18, so started to get very strong.
Oh yeah, he looked great before the knee. Let's see. Ronnie Felt says, as a Vawl for life living in South Carolina, this one has been circled on the calendar since last year. Go Vawls. Yeah, that's going to be. They'd be hard to live there or somewhere like Florida after getting beat.
And Zach Nitschke says, awesome show, guys, and thanks for sharing all the info. And thank you, Zach. You ever want some good hometown bakery stuff, hit up Zach. He knows how to cook.
That Zach Bunch?
And that's Zach Nitschke.
Okay, there's another Zach. Okay, yeah, there's another Zach on here too. Matt Adams says Vols 45, Chickens 31. Jerry Gibson says get a great win for Dobbs. Very proud of Dobbs. Memphis Perry says Baker Mayfield said Neyland was crazy loud. Yeah, Baker. I don't like Baker that much, but he was very, very big on Neyland Stadium. Memphis also says if Mays is back this Saturday, we'll see a big difference in the offensive line. He's the anchor for it. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, he's going to have to shake off some rust pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I think the offense will be a lot faster with him. Definitely not as many penalties. That's for sure. Zach Bunch on YouTube Says he don't want to hear about Nico. Let's play some ball. We have to let Joe be Joe. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Joe's obviously the guy. We're gonna support him 100%, but at the same time, we are gonna be a little bit critical whenever he needs it. Memphis Perry says Thornton is still adjusting to this offense. Yeah, we're starting to see some bright spots from Dante. Just he was so hyped up all off season, so they kind of put a big target on his back.
Speaking of offense, real quick, we actually started doing a lot more hurry up this past weekend.
It looked a lot better.
Like way more and way better than what we've done so far this year.
Let's see. Fireman on YouTube says you read an article from A to Z Sports saying he's supposed to play this weekend. Yeah, we've seen that from Austin Price. He didn't say for sure he's back. I heard that too on the radio, but he thinks this is the game he's going to come back to. But he's not 100% certain either. But we've heard this for the last couple weeks, so until I see it, that's when he had a triple hernia surgery though, so that's what happened. Let's see. Coach Ryan Jackson says a 50-yard field goal is super hard to make. Let's hit General Neyland's maxims and see if Tennessee reached them maxims, whether we agree or disagree. The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win.
Well, we accomplished this. We took care of the ball. We didn't have any major penalties. We didn't make many mistakes throughout the game. Even though Joe Milton went 18 for 31, he didn't have any takeaways. He didn't put us in any danger of any interceptions. So took care of the ball, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, check for me. We had, or they had 3 turnovers. We had 1, which was a dumb turnover.
Dumb turnover on special teams.
Play for it, make the breaks. When one comes your way, score.
31 points in the first half is hard to complain about.
Yeah, I think we done this.
Yeah.
If at first the game or breaks go against you, don't let up. Put on more steam. I think for 3 quarters we put on more. Put on steam. We didn't have a whole lot go against us though.
Yeah, and there at the end, I mean, we didn't want to be assholes, I guess is the way you want to put it.
Yeah.
We did score 14 more points in the fourth quarter. So
Me on Sunday in the NFL and just run it down your throat.
Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, and our ball game. I'm going to have to say yeah on that one.
except for when we all gasped when Joe took that awkward hit. And, we still had to protect our quarterback. We certainly had to protect him this week.
Yeah. SEC play, it's going to be we'll see if there's been much improvement or not. Ball, Oski, cover, block, cut, slice, pursue, and gang tackle for this is the winning edge. For 3 quarters, we've done this.
I thought tackling was much better this week. Someone in the secondary has to put a big hit on South Carolina early. Someone has to lay to business just a little bit. Say what you want about Jeremy Banks last year. Jeremy Banks wasn't afraid to hit somebody hard. We kind of made a funny statement before, or at least I have, that he's good for a personal foul penalty every game. That's not always a bad thing, Luke.
Right.
Have a little bit of fear. We need someone that's going to go out there and lay some lumber.
Yeah, you need that guy that'll go in there and everybody kind of fears. We really need that. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. We need that guy on defense that just gets everybody fired up and ready to go. Press the kicking game. Here's where the breaks are made. Block the kick. I think we did a good job here.
Kickers did their jobs.
Yeah,
Carry the fight to our opponent. Keep it there for 60 minutes. For 45. I feel like that we done that there.
45 minutes does not equal a win this week.
Yeah, we will hit the comments when we get back. I hope that the Wi-Fi is working good.
It is not.
It's not.
It is not.
Not a surprise. We have had problems out of that the last 2 weeks, and the Vawl Daddy is about to switch from Highland Communications, I believe. But we'll be right back.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Big Orange Concrete Pumping. They can accommodate any residential or commercial concrete project that you may have in mind. They have one of the biggest line pumps in the state. They take a lot of pride in their work, and they're waiting on your phone call today. Their number is 865-371-3367. Whether you're pumping noise in Neyland or pumping concrete, make sure you roll with the Big Orange. That's Big Orange Concrete Pumping, 865-371-3367.
Since July of 2021, our student athletes have capitalized on so many NIL opportunities that have been presented to them. Those opportunities exist because of the power of Vawl Nation. When you combine the most passionate fan base in the country with the city of Knoxville and our great state, you create the nation's #1 NIL destination for student athletes. There's no better place for our players to build their brands than right here at Tennessee. I encourage all of you to support and donate to Spire Sports and Our Lady Ball Booster Collective. These collectives are here to serve our student athletes the right way in our community. To get involved, please scan this QR code now. It's been an incredible fall for our program, and we are just scratching the surface of what we can accomplish. Let's all do our part to ensure that Tennessee continues to lead the way in name, image, and likeness. Go Big Orange.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the Vawl Daddy. I want to give a big shout out to the Fairview Union from my hometown. They were gracious enough to let us use their music for our podcast. Make sure you check them out. They're huge Tennessee fans. You won't be disappointed. Let's hear them play.
Man, you won't believe that roar when the boys find the checkerboard. The Big Orange is back. It's a fact. Volunteers, where you at? Get loud, staying proud. Send a message to the crowd. Y'all better get used to the fact the Big Orange is back on track. Coach Hyper, where you at? Getting it done, having fun. Power team #1. Y'all better get used to the fact the Big Orange is back.
All right, and we're back. Hopefully
Maybe.
the Wi-Fi is working. If not, then we'll just have to do the pre-recorded show.
I hear Elon Musk has some Wi-Fi.
Well, we have to check him out, I guess. Here, Fireman says he hopes to make the Vawl Club event. Yeah, for the ones listening that want to do that, $25. You can bring a friend. Al Wilson's going to be there. Some other 1998 players will be there. That's free food and drinks included. That's the Volunteer Club tailgate.
Luke, is that $25 on top of your membership?
No, it's just with
Okay,
membership.
so that's including a membership. So for $25 a month, you can join the volunteer club and come to these tailgates and meet guys like Al Wilson, have a cold drink with him, have a cold drink with Luke.
Yeah, because that's you'll pay the $25, and I mean you'll get
Drink and eat for free.
you'll get
Come
South
on with it.
Carolina, you'll get Texas A&M. So I mean that's
Can't
two-
beat
two
it. It's
good
gonna be a great
tailgates.
time.
That'll be the Georgia tailgate. So that'll be. I think they're doing one for Kentucky. I think so.
The three of us are all proud card-carrying members of the volunteer club.
Yep.
Yeah, 92.8% of that goes directly to the players. So it's not like somebody's padding their pockets. Let's do our first main talking point of the day. That's going to be presented by Big Orange Concrete Pumping. Thank you, Taylor Jones with Big Orange Concrete Pumping. He's been doing this type of work for a very long time. He has one of the biggest slime pumps in the state, so make sure to reach out to Taylor Jones with Big Orange Concrete Pumping for any of your concrete needs. All right, let's get Vawls deep into each position group. Let's grade them from their performance during the UTSA game. Let's go quarterbacks.
I'm going to give an A- on quarterbacks. Luke, it was like he was afraid to get hit, and he come out first play and went 89 yards?
81 yards.
81 yards and went all the way end zone. Like, that showed me right there, like, okay, he's going for it tonight. And he didn't play bad. He played the best I thought he's played all year, honestly.
I gave our quarterbacks a B. The first run was awesome, but we still missed some open receivers with a deep ball especially. And he had a stretch in the first half and the beginning of the second half where he missed 8 straight passes. But he did recover nicely in the fourth quarter. I really want to see Joe Milton throw on the run. That's something that I've not seen him do all year long, especially accurately.
Yeah, he's never threw a running touchdown pass. He's not very accurate, from the run. I'm gonna go B+. I think overall good. No turnovers, solid. But we're gonna need a lot more to beat South Carolina.
Yep.
This week. Let's go running backs. Grade running backs.
I mean, it's got to be an A+. I mean, that's fantastic numbers.
Yeah. How could you grade it any lower than an A? Samson was tremendous. Small had a solid limited, but that was probably due to him being banged up. But it's a solid A, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm going A+. The three-headed monster is so nice when they're all three going. They got to be each of them need, like I said, 10 to 12 carries apiece, in my opinion. Wide receivers.
Give a wide receivers a B, and it's just the same exact comment that I made for Joe Milton. They're one and the same. You got to run under some of those deep balls, but they also made some plays happen and caught some good passes and some yards after the catch.
Yeah, I gave him B as well. Still a few drops and miscommunications on some routes, but start connecting. We just got to get better in that aspect. That's my biggest concern right now is the wide receiver and quarterback connection.
Yeah, wide receivers, I'm going to go B. Good job, but still a lot of room for improvement. A little bit worried in their ability to create space like we've seen in the past. Even on the deep balls, I mean, UTSA was right there with our guys. So a little bit worried about that. I mean, I know they're not Jalen Hyde or whatever, but all we heard all off-season was how fast Squirrel and Dante are, and they're not getting any space, no separation. All right, let's go tight ends.
I give our tight ends a B+. I thought it was a solid performance from all of our tight ends.
Same as Bo said, B+. That's what I had written down.
Yeah, I've got B. I like that we used them more last week. Did have a really bad drop pass. That can't happen. Yeah, I'm going to give them like a B, B- performance. Offensive line.
Gave our offensive line a B-. We were better than before, but we were against a much weaker defense than what we played against Florida. Joe was scared, and Nico was hit hard once in a play that should have resulted in a face mask, but didn't.
I got a B+ for the offensive line. I thought they looked better than they've had so far this year. But I mean, we are against UTSA, but I think this week is going to be a big proving point for us.
Yeah, I'm going to go B. Looked much better. Like you all said, though, we have to recognize the competition a little bit. This is not an SEC defensive line that they're playing against. Have to be good this week. Have to be really good this week. Defensive line.
I give our defensive line an A. We didn't allow UTSA much on the ground at all.
I gave them a B+. And actually, I'll give them a B. Because they allowed 222 yards, and 89 of them was rushing yards.
I'm going to go A-. I think the front seven is very, very good. Our front seven, I think they're going to dominate South Carolina's offensive line. I think for us to win, they're going to have to do that as well. Defensive backs.
I give them a B in this game. This is definitely my area of concern going into this week, even more so than the offensive line. I'm worried about how well our secondary is going to hold up because Spencer Rattler is going to throw it all over the place if he gets the opportunity to.
Yeah, like you said, like everything you said is spot on. Spencer Rattler is what worries me because he's got very good numbers so far this year against really good competition. Well, pretty good competition. Well, I'm going to say really good, but pretty good competition.
And he's going to be coming into this game pretty confident after what he done to Tennessee last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B-. 2 interceptions were nice. It's good to see that. We'll see how we look this week. Spencer Rattler, man, 75% completion percentage on the season. He only had 2 incomplete passes versus Mississippi State.
He looked good.
Dang, that was it.
Yeah,
That was it.
He looks good. Linebackers.
Gave our linebackers a B+. Texas San Antonio was under attack all night.
Yeah, I gave him a B.
I went C+. Young, we're deep, but we're young. Worries me just a little bit. If Beasley goes down, man, we're going to be in trouble.
We need Beasley to play Saturday. I know he's a little banged up, but get out there and play this Saturday. You can rest next week.
Going up really fast. He looks really, really good. He's a beast. Just simple mistakes that are happening. Some, very, very simple, just young mistakes. I play linebacker, so I'm kind of always critical of linebacker. Special teams.
I gave him an A. I mean, we played great on special teams all night, but I mean, we missed one field goal, but that's 52-yard field goal. It's hard. Like I said, NFL kickers can't make 15-yard field goals, and you out here a college kicker trying to make a 52-yarder. It is tough. It is tough.
I gave us a B. It's basically what Corbin said. The block punt followed by a bonehead attempt that caused a fumble. We missed a very long field goal, but overall, I thought special teams played pretty good.
Yeah, missed the field goal, but 100% PATs,
I
good
just
punts, kickoffs.
Couldn't give us an A when we had a fumble on special teams.
No, that's true. You do gotta add that in too. So that's true. Let's give out some game balls. Who would you give the game ball to on offense?
I gave my go ahead, Corbin.
I didn't even do that.
I'm gonna go Dylan Sampson, 139 rush yards, 2 touchdowns on just 11 carries.
Well, I figured most of y'all would take Dylan Sampson, so I went with Ramel Keaton, and I went with Ramel Keaton just on the effort that he puts. He puts his body on the line. He dives flat out for the balls. You know, the game was well in hand when he dove in the end zone to try to catch the ball. It resulted in him being down for almost 2 minutes, which really scared me. Hopefully, it was just the air knocked out of him because he put everything on the line for that catch. So for effort alone, he's getting my game ball.
I like it. What about defense?
I went with a different player. I went with Tamarian McDonald. We talked about his stats earlier, 7 tackles for a loss. He had an interception. I think it was his best game as a volunteer.
I'm going to go with Tamarian McDonald.
Well, what do you know?
7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, interception. So, yeah, great, man.
I'd give you one, but Luke Sheedy makes it very small where you can hardly see it. So you miss it, and you're like, oh, this must be a commercial break right here.
It's big on my end. It's big on your end. Spur.
I seen it just fine.
Let's hit some comments. We are having lagging Wi-Fi issues, so we apologize for that. Watching somehow on YouTube. Not even sure who I was watching on Facebook. I got aggravated at Facebook.
I got people saying they're getting Facebook, and I got people saying they ain't getting the Facebook.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on with it. Kyle Highland, let's complain. I've been on him this week, and nothing's changed apparently. Thank you for listening to our first main talking point of the day. We're going to take a short break. We have a lot more coming your way, including a giveaway. Share this again. Next, we're going to have Start Bench Cut.
And if we are laggy, we'll be posting the whole podcast later for you to go back and watch.
Since July of 2021, our student athletes have capitalized on so many been presented to them. Those opportunities exist because of the power of Vawl Nation. When you combine the most passionate fan base in the country with the city of Knoxville and our great state, you create the nation's #1 NIL destination for student athletes. There's no better place for our players to build their brands than right here at Tennessee. I encourage all of you to support and donate to Spire Sports and Our Lady Vawl Booster Collective. These collectives are here to serve our student athletes the right way in our community. To get involved, please scan this QR code now. It's been an incredible fall for our program, and we are just scratching the surface of what we can accomplish. Let's all do our part to ensure that Tennessee continues to lead the way in name, image, and likeness. Go Big Orange.
Megan's Cleaning Services is here to meet all of your home cleaning needs. From a basic clean to a deep clean, from a one-time clean to a bi-weekly clean. Megan's Cleaning Service is here for you. We provide residential, commercial, and rental cleanings for the best prices. Serving Knox, Anderson, Scott, Roane, and Morgan counties. Give me a like on my Facebook page. My phone number is 423-539-7266. Again, that's Megan's Cleaning Services at 423-539-7266. Thank you.
And we're back
Maybe.
with the
Hopefully.
Falls Deep
We're here.
podcast.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I apologize for the Wi-Fi. We're gonna get this fixed one way or another by the next episode. I promise you that.
We got the garage doors open now.
We got garage doors
See
open.
bugs flying around, the dog comes in.
Yeah, we're doing all we can do for. Man, this is. I really want to rant about Highland Wi-Fi, but I'm not gonna do that to them. They're gonna hear it.
Welcome to Morgan County.
But, yeah, let's get to the Start Bench Cut. How this works is I'll give a question. We have to rank our answers in order from first to last, start being 1, cut being 3. Y'all ready to go?
Ready as we can be.
How much does Tennessee win by versus South Carolina this Saturday? 3 or less, 10 plus, or 20 plus?
Well, I'm going to start out here, and I'm going to say less than 10 is my start. Well, since you've got 3 or less, 10 plus, or 20 plus, I'm going to start 10 plus. I'm going to bench 3 or less. And I don't see us blowing South Carolina. I'm cutting 20 plus.
I think it's going to be a close game, honestly. I'm going to start. The way you've worded this is so messed up. I'm going to start 10 plus, I guess. Like, we'll be around that 10 range.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 7 to 10.
Mm-hmm. That's what I want, 7 to 10.
But I'm going to bench 3 because I can see it coming down to a very last second ordeal. And cut 20. I don't see us winning by over 20 against South Carolina. They're coming off that momentum last year. Spencer Rattler's been playing good. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna start. The spread keeps moving though, so we'll see. But I'm gonna start 10 plus. I think the spread's at what 12.5 right now.
What does Vegas know that we're missing, Luke?
They know something.
They know something.
It keeps going up and up and up.
it boasted them dark mode jerseys.
I'm gonna bench 3 or less. I don't really see the 20. I hope. I don't really see the 20 plus. I'm gonna cut that. But I don't know. We'll see, man.
I'd love to see us train and rail them.
I would too. I mean, they only lost to Georgia by 10. I mean, they're a good team. Today is National Chocolate Milk Day. Which flavor of milk is best? Plain, strawberry, or chocolate?
Well, since today is National Chocolate Milk Day, you're going to start good old cold plain white milk. And while I like strawberries, I'm just not a fan of strawberry milk.
This is tough, and I'm going to start chocolate milk. I mean, you just cannot start chocolate milk. Bench strawberry milk. I love strawberry. Anything strawberry is good. And cut plain white milk. Born. I ain't drunk much milk in my life, so.
I'm not a big fan of artificial strawberry, so that's why I cut strawberry milk.
Yeah, I'm gonna start plain milk. I love plain milk. I can just turn it up at any point.
The guy that works out at 3 o'clock in the morning would say this.
Yeah, I'm gonna bench chocolate milk. It's great as well, and strawberry milk. I'm gonna have to cut it. I like it, but it's definitely bottom. What is your biggest worry this Saturday versus South Carolina? Our secondary, our offensive line, or our quarterback?
I'm starting our secondary, and I'm starting it because Spencer Rattler is known to throw the ball all over the field. He's going to do it again. I'm benching our offensive line, and I'm cutting our quarterback. I feel pretty good about how Joe's going to play this week.
I'm starting a secondary for the same reason that you said, but I'm going to bench the quarterback out of the fact that I'm still not confident in Milton and the receivers at the moment. And the offensive line, cut it. Still got some worries from there, but they've had some improvement.
Yeah, I'm gonna start our secondary just because, like I said, Rattler's 75% completion percentage. I don't know, especially after he done us last year. I should have pulled up the numbers from last year. And I'm gonna bench our offensive line. They have to dominate. Their run game has to be there. They have to give Joe time. And I'm gonna cut our quarterback. I don't think Joe is gonna play bad enough for us to be able to blame the loss on him. So we got to surround him with what he needs to be successful. After Colorado's horrible loss to Oregon, I was really wanting Spanky.
Where's Spanky at?
That's why I throw the Colorado stuff even in here. After Colorado's horrible loss to Oregon, what will be their record at the end of the season? 5-7, 7-5, or 9-3?
Well, let me tell you something about Colorado and Deion Sanders down at Colorado. Wait, I'm not Spanky. Start 7-5. They got several tough games on their schedule. They're still going to win a few. I'm going to bench 5-7. They are not going 9-3.
I told everybody in this podcast about Colorado, and I've told everybody I've talked to about Colorado. This is like you go Jackson State, you do good. Oh, that's pretty good for you. You cannot take a Division I school and make them an A+ school in one day, especially one that only won one game last year. It's going to be a tough hill for him to climb, especially the Pac-12, as good as the Pac-12 is at the moment. Very stout Pac-12. Best looking Pac-12 I've ever saw in my life.
Probably is.
But I'm going to start 7-5 because, like you said, tough competition. I mean, they just lost to Oregon. They still got to play USC. They got like Washington, Utah. I mean,
Arizona State or Oregon State.
Oregon State. They got, I think, Washington
Stanford.
State coming up. I mean, all these teams ranked inside, not Stanford, but ranked inside the top 14, 16. You got 4 teams that they got to play other than Oregon. Then I'll bench 9-3. Like, they could get lucky. I don't see them going 5-7. They ain't gonna go 5-7.
I'm actually going to start 5-7. They don't have any depth. I mean, Dion cut. I think it's going to bite them. I think it's going to bite them quick. And I'm going to bench 7-5, and I'm going to cut 9-3. I don't think there's any way in the world they're going 9-3.
That pregame speech by the coach to the players for Oregon.
Oh yeah,
Oregon's coach. That was awesome.
I loved it.
And truth be told, Deion Sanders owned it. He said it was a good old-fashioned butt whooping. What else could you say?
Yeah, but that Oregon coach
As he wore
in his
sunglasses.
pregame speech to the players was spot on.
100% he was.
We are not playing for clicks. We're playing for wins. We're not playing in Hollywood. We're playing on the field. It's the truth, and that's what Dion is. It's a Hollywood team.
In the Colorado talk on this podcast, because everybody's tired of hearing about him now.
Yeah.
We've already said as soon, or I've said it at least, exactly what happened.
But I will say this: Dion will get good recruits just out of what he's doing.
No doubt.
Because I mean, if you want to be a spotlight guy,
Boo! Stay at Tennessee.
I mean, I'm talking about like spotlight the way Dion does. Like Dion's a very, very. It's like he's a businessman in a way. So, yeah, they'll get some good players just based off the way he does his program.
Last question: who is the best team in the NFL right now? The Miami Dolphins, the 49ers, or the Kansas City Chiefs?
Start the Miami Dolphins. This one was tough because 49ers are stacked. I mean, stacked. My 2 teams right now for the Super Bowl is the 49ers and the Dolphins, and that's my bench is the 49ers. But the Dolphins, the way Tua has been playing with Tyreek Hill, and that Dolphins defense is not bad at all. Like, Miami has really surprised me this year. I think they're the best team right now. San Francisco, they're clicking on all ends. Great defense. And Kansas City, I don't even think Kansas City's the 3rd best team in the NFL. I think Philadelphia is the 3rd best team in the NFL. That offensive line, that defensive line with Philadelphia is mean.
I flip-flopped what Corbin said. I wouldn't have said this a couple weeks ago, but they made believers in me. I start the 49ers, and I think that the 49ers overall are the best team offensive and defensively. I'm going to bench the Miami Dolphins being the 2nd best team in the NFL. Cutting the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm actually start the Chiefs. I'm kind of. I know I said right now, but I'm just kind of. I don't know. Until someone just proves they're not the best, especially late in the season.
Well,
That's. I don't know. They're good, man. They're just loaded, but I don't know. I'm not a fan, but until somebody can prove they're not the best, I'm just gonna always start them.
it's fine with me.
I'm gonna bench the 49ers. They're just loaded, man. I've never liked really hardly any California team, probably besides the Lakers when Kobe and Shaq and Derek Fisher were there. But I don't know, they're hard not to pull for McCaffrey. And I'm gonna cut the Dolphins. Very good. Again, I'm kind of cheating on this because I said right now, but it's just a matter of time before Tua and Hill get hurt.
You know,
So
had the Chiefs been 3-0, just like Miami and San Francisco,
You'd
I'd
probably,
probably start them. But they have a loss.
Yeah.
Other 2 teams don't.
even whenever I was like I said right now, but I still couldn't just. I don't know. I'm just looking in the future a little bit, I guess.
Hey, it's the NFL. It's like I've said.
You
Like
never know.
I've said on it. You don't know. Like the NFL is such a back and forth game, and you won't really know who the best team is till like 8 weeks in, and then even like 8 weeks in, they may not be the best team by 12 weeks in, So,
I think what we're gonna do here for the ones listening on Facebook, I'm gonna drop the. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna drop the Facebook feed. Go over to YouTube and Vawls Deep Podcast. Check us out there for the ones listening on Facebook, and maybe this will clear a little bit of this lag up. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Megan's Cleaning Services is here to meet all of your home cleaning needs. From a basic clean to a deep clean, from a one-time clean to a bi-weekly clean, Megan's Cleaning Service is here for you. We provide residential, commercial, and rental cleanings for the best prices. Serving Knox, Anderson, Scott, Roane, and Morgan counties. Give me a like on my Facebook page. My phone number is 423-539-7266. Again, that's Megan's Cleaning Services at 423-539-7266. Thank you.
Trident Hydro Clean, your exterior home cleaning professionals, house, roof, driveway, concrete, gutters, and much more. Trident Hydro Clean, 865-363-8815. They've been in business for 5 years, and they have a 5-star Google rating and a 5-star Facebook rating. Call Jacob today. Give your house, driveway, and or patio the care it deserves. 100% satisfaction guarantee. See the difference between a professional and amateur cleaning. That's 865-363-8815. All right, and we're back. We're just live on YouTube now. Sorry about the problems. So, second main talking point of the day now, presented by Trident Hydro Clean. I really liked how we kind of done this in our last segment with the random questions, just kind of based off this team, kind of what's going on with it, the concerns, some of the questions brewing. So let's dive right in, Vawls deep, to these questions. Joe Milton looked better on Saturday. Obviously not an SEC opponent, but UTSA is very well coached. They have good athletes, won their conference 2 years in a row. Does Joe Milton's performance last week help your confidence in him and this football team?
Of course it does. And it's clear this team loves Joe. He's their leader. And Joe made a statement with opening record-breaking 81-yard touchdown run. He was mobbed by just about everyone on the sidelines, on the field. They all come running to Joe. So that tells me everything I need to know about him. It's his team, and I believe in Joe.
Yeah,
That Joe, anyway.
I'm confident. I am confident in Joe, but this is going to be a big proving game this coming weekend for Joe. It's going to be a big proving game, honestly. We'll see what he can do. I like how he ran the ball because it wasn't like he wasn't afraid to get hit in that situation, and he went for it. He gave me some confidence in that aspect. Now,
Man, that place was rocking after that touchdown.
Oh, yeah. That's what everybody needed to see from him. Just running the football helped a lot. Just bringing that part of the game to the table was nice. He was poised for the most part. Took some shots. That's play calling too, though. It's not just him. But I love to see just us be more aggressive. Josh Heupel's he's never been conservative since he's been here, and I just don't understand the first couple of games.
he's going to have to make big plays when he's getting pressured.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get pressured this weekend.
And that's the thing I think that really separates him and Hendon is Hendon was just poised. I don't know, when the pocket broke down or whatever, he knew what to do. And Joe just kind of panics a little bit, I feel like. But he's still got a lot to prove for me. He's not the issue he's not the the main issue with the team or anything like that. But yeah, I think overall it did help, a little bit.
Yeah.
But, the second half lag, it was pretty weird. We obviously, we can't do that this week at all versus South Carolina. Like I said, they lost to Georgia by 10 points. Played North Carolina really good. How much does that weird second half / third quarter lag bother you this week?
we won't do what we done in the second half against UTSA against South Carolina. I mean, we laid off the gas, honestly. Like, it's UTSA. We're up by a good margin, pretty big margin, and that's just how it goes when you're up that big. Like, I've watched thousands of games in my life, and when you get that third and fourth quarter and you're up by a margin like that, it's just like you're just playing to end the clock and the game by that point. So I ain't worried about it now. We can't do that against South Carolina, but I do not expect us to lay off the gas against South Carolina like that.
You know, it worries me a lot, but it's not just the third quarter against UTSA. It was the second quarter against Florida, the third quarter against Austin Peay. We haven't played a full 4 quarters all year. We can't give South Carolina 14 points in a single quarter and expect to win. We had to play the entire 60 minutes. We cannot take a quarter off, period.
100%. You're preaching now. But you're always taught you come out at halftime at 0-0. So I'm not like crazy worried about it. I mean, we can definitely turn it around, but like Spur said, you saw the lag literally in Virginia. You saw it a ton in Austin Peay. And, I mean, if we play the first half like we did the second half versus Florida, then we beat Florida down there. So, I don't know, Spur. Maybe we should be a little bit worried. I don't know.
You know, it's certainly a worry that we have to have.
Spencer Rattler tore us up last year. All the 50 balls went in his favor. This year he's playing very good ball as well. 1,242 pass yards, 7 touchdowns, an overall quarterback rating of 83 throughout each of his games. 74.2% completion percentage so far in 2023. How worried are you about Spencer Rattler?
A little bit, honestly. He's played phenomenal ball so far this year. I mean, against pretty good competition. He's not like he's played a bunch of slouch teams. He's played North Carolina. He's played Georgia and played Georgia tough. So, I think he's gonna be tough. He's gonna come out. He's gonna play ball. I ain't gonna lie about that. He's gonna come out. He's gonna play ball against us.
I'm extremely worried. He's going to be missing Juice Wells at wide receiver, and Juice is the one that went off against Tennessee last year. So in that sense, it helps a little bit. But Spencer Rattler is a baller, and he's hard to contain. He's very good on third down, especially third and medium and short. If we could get him third and long, he's not as good. So we had to limit his opportunities. We got to put him behind the sticks, especially on first down. The crowd's got to be there for us. 3 or 4 false starts penalties to put them behind the chains could be huge in this game. So I'm certainly worried about quarterback play with South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm very worried after last year. 438 yards, 6 touchdowns last year. I'm worried. They're going to attack Haddon all night long, just like they did last year. Just like everybody's been doing this year. So we're going to see how he responds. Man, our defensive line is either going to win or lose. I mean, you can't just blame it on one group, but they're going to win the game or they're going to lose the game for us.
Let's see how tight the officials call the game. If there's a little play happen, we might be all right. Or they call every time Haddon touches someone a personal foul or a pass interference, and we could be in for a long night.
Yeah, they throw them BS flags.
Yeah.
That you don't turn your head around or whatever. South Carolina has played much tougher competition than Tennessee has so far. They've played a very good North Carolina team, a close loss to Georgia, and a win versus Mississippi State. Does the fact that South Carolina has played better teams, they're more battle tested than Tennessee, does that worry you?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, they played tough competition. Like they know what they have in a way compared to what we don't really know because we've played some cupcake games, a lot of cupcake games so far. So yeah.
It sure does. They've been tested more than we have, and South Carolina's coming into Tennessee in Neyland Stadium expecting to win this game. We say it's a must-win for us, but it's a must-win for them as well. They can't start their season 2-3, just like we can't start our season 2-2, so or 3-2. So South Carolina's coming in to win this game, so we better be ready.
Yeah, a little bit, but it bothers me just a little bit. People knock Virginia, but I mean they still got good players. They're still in a good conference. UTSA, solid program, but USC Junior, man, they fought through adversity. A lot of it already. I don't know. I know Spencer Rattler's never played in Neyland.
He's about to find out.
They're about to find out. They've not played somewhere like they're about to play, so that's going to help us a lot. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Tennessee injuries are unknown. Cooper Mays, like I said, a lot of people say he's going to be back. We'll see. Who knows at this point? I think it just got released the other day that it was like a triple hernia surgery. So
it's legit. It's not that he's wanting to sit on the sidelines. I guarantee you, Cooper Mays wants to be in this game.
He has been cleared. He's been cleared for a little while, but it's kind of just it's up to him how when he feels comfortable enough to go right now. So we'll see when that'll be. Brew McCoy, Ramel Keaton were both banged up a little bit. Not really heard anything much on either of them. I've been told that everybody that got it just a little bit nicked up is fine, but we'll see. Aaron Beasley left the game with the injury. It looked like an ankle or a foot or something like that. Joe Milton, a little nicked up. There's been some pictures going around of him getting MRIs done and stuff like that, but I think he's fine. No, Danico Slaughter, we're so much better with Danico Slaughter, man. He loves to hit. He's that guy in the secondary. Are we worried about Tennessee injuries going into this game?
I think Milton's fine because we would have heard a whole lot more about this by this point today on a Wednesday if it was serious. On another point, Cooper Mays. Does Cooper set out South Carolina and go because we got an off week the next week, and then we have Texas A&M? Does he set out and come back fully healthy against A&M?
I fully expect everyone to be healthy and ready to go on Saturday, including Cooper Mays, minus the ones that we know about, like Peely. He's out for an extended time. But we need all hands on deck. There's time to rest after this game. This is the biggest game of the year right now.
Oh, yeah. The goal is to win the SEC East for Tennessee. You're not winning the East if you don't win this game.
100%.
Injuries are frustrating for 5 weeks now, and I know it's not Cooper's fault, but all we've heard is since week 1, he's been on the depth chart as a starter.
Yeah.
So it just, I know media throws crap out there and stuff. That part is frustrating. There's no definite answers. You can't knock the coaching staff for that. It's none of
our business,
none
really.
Of our
but
business, and
we like to talk about it.
It helps. You don't want to really tell the other team what you got or not. That way they can prepare. So definitely not throwing any shade or anything there. But like I said, I really want Cooper Mays to play, and I can't wait to have Danico Slaughter back because
I almost
just when you say Danico Slaughter, all I think about is the Kentucky hit. And that's all I think about. And he's really good back there. And I'm not. Do you have any idea what's?
I don't.
Okay. I've not heard anything.
I heard it's not anything major, and hopefully he'll be back this week.
You got Peely. That's a killer, man. You finally get. He was our defensive signal caller and everything.
And back on Cooper, I'd almost rather Coach Heupel say, he's doubtful or he's probably not going to play, and then have him not prepare for him if he is going to play.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He's fine.
Yeah, maybe if he don't play like this week, we might do it to like Bama or something when we go down there.
Well, that's why he won't say it, is because he's like, well, we're going to keep South Carolina thinking. Is Cooper going to play? Is he not going to play? What are we going to run right here?
Yeah, it's definitely the best strategy to go with. We've seen our offensive line struggle in the swamp. Do you think our offensive line will be able to handle business versus this other SEC defensive front?
I do, just out of the fact that Neyland Stadium night game, big time conference game, like you said, game of the year. Right now, game of the year, season's on the line for both teams. Like, we know we're going to have to come out and play football.
For whatever happened at Florida happened. If they're not up for this game, they're never going to get up. Only time's going to tell if they're going to perform. But just like Corbin just said, it is Neyland at night. The place is going to be beautiful. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be loud. So it is time for us to shine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, can we? Yeah, we should. But I don't know. I'm worried about consistency more than anything. Just I don't know. Just too many players taking like a playoff. You know what I mean? At just random times, and I don't know. I mean, it can be fixed. I'm just gonna have to see the full consistency to,
We're going to be able to run the ball
see,
against
yeah.
South Carolina. South Carolina can't stop Walmart High School running the ball, hopefully.
So, with that being said, how confident are you in this Tennessee football team right now?
I'm cautiously confident. We're better than South Carolina is, but we're not a lot better.
I'm confident. Yeah, I'm confident in us. We just got some things we need to clean up.
I think I'm more optimistic,
Absolutely.
and I'm confident in his staff. I just don't know what to expect from this team. Good spurts, but they need some fire, man. They need some leadership.
I won't be surprised if we win by 17. I won't be surprised if we lose by 10.
I mean, we need I know Jeremy Banks sucked in the locker room and stuff like that, but we need that
Kick in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all the greats. I mean, none of them were all right in the head. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you need that to step up, and just light a fire. We're just so nonchalant about everything. It seems like Neyland Stadium's going to be on fire Saturday night game. Black uniforms, SEC divisional matchup, revenge game from last year. They broke a lot of hearts last year. South Carolina did. Do we break the decibel noise record from last year?
My ears are still ringing from that Alabama game. I'm not sure that could ever be beaten as loud as that was that night. But it's going to be loud come Saturday night in Neyland Stadium when Wolf Mother plays and Joker and the Thief in the Night starts hitting. That place is going to be absolutely rocking, and I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be loud, no doubt. It's the loudest crowd South Carolina ever plays in front of. And do we break it? I don't know. I've said this. Alabama last year is probably the greatest game ever played inside Neyland Stadium, honestly.
100%.
And that night is very special. That's a night that you make zone.
I will say this. I don't care if we make a 52-yard field goal to win the game at the end of the game. We don't storm the field when we beat South Carolina.
Oh, no.
We act like we've been there before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We celebrate all night long in Knoxville.
Yeah, if that happens,
I don't
aggravated.
I don't see us breaking the decibel record, but no, I don't see us doing it.
I think,
but we're gonna be loud as
I
hell.
think if we come out aggressive and make plays, it can happen. I really do. I think if we're on fire, if we're hitting some bombs, get a turnover, I think it can be hit. I don't think. I mean, it's going to be wild. It's going to be super wild. I don't care if Rowan State's coming in there at night. It's going to be crazy.
To anybody listening that's going to be at that game, even if we get behind by a score, it is not time for the fans to lit up. The fans had to bring it for 60 minutes, just like the players had to bring it for 60 minutes. And I don't plan on sitting down all night long.
I don't think I sat down all night long
Yeah,
at UTSA, honestly. I'm so sorry to anybody that sits behind me.
Not me. Luke will get shoved in the back again, but that'll be okay.
Yeah, I didn't sit much at all for UTSA. I think like towards the end, Ella wanted to sit down, so I sat down with her. But
That's what commercials are for.
yeah, usually I'm the guy that everybody's mad at for standing up, and I did get pushed back by a girl from Florida for standing up, and yeah, I done good though.
You behaved well.
To be that intoxicated, I handled good.
She just wanted to touch the Vawl Daddy.
She wanted to touch the Vawl Daddy, get some of that sweat on her. Let's talk about the new AP poll real quick. Whatever needs to be said, whatever you want to say about it. We'll hit 5 at a time. 1, Georgia stays, and then we've got 2, Michigan, 3, Texas. They move up 1 spot. At number 4, we've got Ohio State. They move up 2 spots. At 5, Florida State, they drop a spot.
I mean, obviously a big win for Ohio State, but it was a struggle win for Ohio State at that. Do they deserve to go above Florida State? I do not think so, honestly. I think Texas is right where they need to be. I think Georgia and Michigan is right where they need to be because, I mean, they are the top teams, honestly.
Yeah, I don't have any real big issues.
big beefs with
I
it.
do think Ohio State, man, it's just it don't matter. They're always going to be like it.
Hey,
They could be 6-6, and somebody'd still be voting them number 1.
we better be careful on this podcast. Apparently, everybody's against Ohio from what their coach says. So
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
Hey,
everybody's-
watch out, Lou Holtz. Ryan Day's coming for you.
He's coming, man.
Hey, he's got blood on his mind. Watch yourself.
Man, that's so soft.
Oh, to come after Lou Holtz. I mean,
Yeah, then to act like that Ohio State is like this mistreated team.
yeah.
Like everybody just worships you nonstop.
ESPN worships the shit out of you.
Yeah, I cannot stand it. But yeah, that was extra. I understand maybe having it's something to say, but man, that's just.
Yeah.
He was losing sleep over them. I mean
Lou
he's always
Holtz-
had bags under his eyes. Hell, you can't even see his eyes in bags.
Lou Holtz was a Notre Dame legend. Of course, he's going to go with Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean
That's the equivalent of Kirk Herbstreit going with Ohio State. Of course, it's going to happen.
yeah. I mean it's like asking.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
I mean, if you ask Peyton, I mean, he's always gonna. I mean, it's stupid. Anyway, number 6, you got Penn State. They move up a spot. 7, you got Washington. They move up a spot. 8, you've got USC. They drop 3 spots. Number 9, you've got Oregon. They move up a spot after the Colorado bashing. And then 10, Utah. They move up 1 spot.
4 Pac-12 schools in the top right there. USC is kind of shocking how far they've fallen so far. If they win their games, they'll be all right. But Pac-12 is going to be tough. They're going to beat up on each other. What's going to happen is the Pac-12 will end up beating up on each other, and they'll have one team that'll come down to it all.
As is the Big Ten with
Yeah.
the 3 in the top 6. So,
I think Washington's a top 5 team.
I do too. Their quarterback's fantastic.
He should be.
And
here.
Penn State's looked as good as anybody.
Yeah, Penn State looks good, man.
Ohio State's got Penn State coming up.
I hope I hope it's the year that Penn State does it, man.
Me too.
I think Michigan's the only team I've not really seen play yet. They've not really played anybody either, though. So, number 11, Notre Dame. They dropped 2 spots after the loss to Ohio State. 12, Alabama. They move up 1 spot from beating Ole Miss. LSU drops a spot. They're at 13. Oklahoma moves up 2 spots to 14. North Carolina moves up 2 spots to 15. I don't have any problems.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, Notre Dame, man, I'm not a fan, but I like that team. I really do.
They played pretty solid.
I like Sam, the quarterback. I think
That's a quarterback they've been looking for years.
he's good.
Well, that had to be heartbreak at the end, being that stadium.
I can't remember the name. The running back, that's bad. Number 7, he was really, really good. I think Notre Dame simply got outcoached. They definitely got outcoached when they had 10 players on the field.
For the last 2 plays. Not 1 play.
Oh, was it
2
for
plays.
2?
It was the
Okay.
last 2 plays.
I did not know that. That's another thing. His coach said that we can't take a penalty right there. That's like the 1.5 yard.
You're at the
line.
half-yard line. Take the
All they're
penalty.
gonna- I'd rather have another defensive lineman in there than give him a half.
Play
yard.
with 13. See what happens, right?
Yeah,
Make them penalize you. Whoops, we missed it.
Let's go full Dooley on them. Let's just throw the 15 out there on them. 16, Washington State. They move up 5 spots. Washington State looks good. 17, Duke. They move up a spot. Man, I'm pulling for them this weekend. 18, you've got Miami. They move up 2 spots. And then at 19, you've got Oregon State. They drop 5 spots. Ole Miss comes in at 20. They drop 5 spots. Tennessee at 21. They move up 2 spots. We've got a lot of work to do. Florida, I didn't do 5 that time. I apologize.
That's all right. Keep going.
Florida, 22. They move up 3 spots. I do not know how. That win at Charlotte was ugly. The field goal kicker basically won the game for them. They couldn't score.
Yeah, I don't. That's
I've talked about Florida enough.
It was pitiful. I just don't know how
They
you move
they
up.
should have beat Charlotte by like 40,
They should have
50,
destroyed
60. Like Charlotte is a very, very bad football team at the moment.
I'm telling y'all what's going to happen is Florida's going to finish like 5-7, and
Yep.
we're going to be again losing to a Florida team that has a worse record than we do. Anyway, Missouri comes in at 23. Missouri's what, 4-0?
Yeah, well,
Impressive.
Rightfully deserved. I think Missouri, like they have deserved to be ranked.
4-0. They got Vandy this week, so they're going to be 5-0.
Yep.
Yeah, Missouri looks good. We might have to make that trip, Spur.
I'm ready.
Corbin's already out on it. He ain't even thinking about it.
I've been to Missouri twice to their stadium up there.
My
I
schedule
may go
freed
with
up.
you.
I'm
I may
good.
go with you. I may go for a third time, 3 times a charm. Which I've never lost when I went up there. So
Oh, you're coming then.
I'm
dragging you.
undefeated when we go to Missouri. So
Hey, let's just play it. Missouri, the Vawls Deep podcast is coming for you.
We are. Yeah, hopefully Missouri's got better Wi-Fi than Highland. Then 24,
Park some cars up there.
Kansas. 25, Fresno State.
Fresno State's ranked, by God. The Bulldogs.
Good to see them back in the top 25.
Hey,
Come on with
it's been a long time.
They're ranked, and Boise State ain't ranked.
It's
What is going on over there
It's
in the
Fresno
Mountain West?
State in the Mountain West, yeah. So good to see them up there.
Come on with it. I will tell you this. Clemson at 2-2 still received 5 votes.
Well, Clemson had Florida State on the ropes.
They did. They surprised me there. They really. I was. Man, I was kind of pulling for them. In a
I
way.
was
In a
too.
way.
I was too. I like seeing the upset.
Yeah, I do too.
I was.
I'm not a. And I don't dislike Florida State by any means.
I just like seeing havoc.
I do too. I'm the same. If I don't have a dog in the fight,
Yep.
then I want to see just the craziest.
What it
stuff
is
ever.
we got 1 loss, and we need everybody
We
else
need
to have
everybody
one.
We need them to lose, yep.
Hell yeah, let's pull for everybody. Everybody that's.
Everybody that's above us needs to lose about 4 times.
Miranda says, fingers crossed, but Highland's been awful. Yeah, give us some options, Miranda. Who else? Who can we switch to? Because I'm sick of them. Robin Shelton says, go Gators. Memphis Perry says, buttermilk with soup, beans, and cornbread. I guess that was his answer to the start bench cut.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, just now seeing that.
Oh, buttermilk?
Ugh. You like buttermilk?
No.
Oh, I was like,
With
man.
cornbread, it's okay, but not by itself.
I've never been a big fan. Yeah, shoot, let's hit a commercial, and for
The same one?
we'll probably hit the same one again. Man, we've had all kinds of technical difficulties, but the Wi-Fi has definitely been the worst. But we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man here, the Spank. Like myself, D&M Fencing are the best in the business today. They can install wood, chain link, vinyl, picket, composed metal, barbed wire, heck, bring them bamboo sticks, and they can install them things for you too. D&M Fencing, do it right the first time. Their numbers are 865-435-4515 or 865-387-1026. Give my friend Ted a call today. That's D&M Fencing.
Hey y'all, it's the Vawl Daddy. The C&D Tire Pros are your go-to experts for nearly all of your vehicle needs. Located in the heart of Oak Ridge at 164 Fairbank, 8 out of 5-star rating, and that's very hard to do in the tire business. Tire installation, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, tire rotation, tire repair, brake changes, oil changes, hell, they'll even paint your back porch. I've known Zach since he was in diapers. We went to church together, we went to school together, we played football together. And he's been changing tires since he's been in diapers. Give them a call today, 865-483-7455. Like them on Facebook. That's C&D Tire, 865-483-7455.
All right, and we're back. Next, we've got the duel presented by Premier Excavation.
Belt at? Where's that belt at? Where's Spanky at?
Spanky, he has to vacate the belt.
He dropped it off with us. Don't worry.
What do you think he's doing right now?
You don't get to hold it right now. It's not yours. Not your belt.
He left us to go to a Nickelback concert.
Because we all just want to be a big rock star.
I bet he's got a lighter up right now and singing photographs.
He's burning it to the ground tonight.
Yeah, I guarantee you it
I
is.
thought everybody hated Nickelback.
That's what everybody says, but man, they,
No, Nickelback's like the new NSYNC. We all like them again.
they sure don't act like it.
I never said I hated them. I love Nickelback.
I'm not gonna lie. I put this podcast on priority over Nickelback because I could have went tonight, but I chose to come here.
See, that's what I'm talking
See,
about.
vote for me.
I'm not a big concert fan. Like,
The way it's going, there's not going to be any votes besides.
Luke, it's on you tonight to pick a winner.
I might have to do that. I really might have to. We'll have to go back old school. We got 5 watching. It says, but I don't. I appreciate y'all trying to. I really do, but it's lagging bad. I'd say it's a minute and a half behind.
it's like a Call of Duty lag going over here.
It's horrible. It's awful. It's embarrassing. But anyway, we'll post the
Me and you,
good
Corbin,
video.
for old time's sakes, brother.
Yep, and I'm gonna
beat that ass like old time's sakes.
I hate voting. All right, question 1: will Tennessee cover the spread on Saturday?
I'll let you go first, Bo.
Well, he's gonna let me go first. You know, Vegas must know something that we don't know. Because that spread being at 12 points, 11.5 points, I've seen it up to 13 points on some sites. I fully expected the spread to be somewhere around 6 points for Tennessee. So it really surprises me to see that number still so high. I think Tennessee wins the game. I don't believe Tennessee covers 12 points. I really don't. I hope we do. I hope we beat them by 30. But I see Tennessee winning the game somewhere around a 10-point margin.
It's a no, but yeah, I have to agree honestly because I mean it's gonna be a close game. Honestly, I mean I can't go back on my word on what I said earlier.
It's just like I said though, Vegas knows something. Vegas doesn't miss these too often, and I bet there's gonna be a lot of money thrown at South Carolina here in the next little bit. Vegas doesn't lose too often, so Tennessee may just cover this game unexpectedly.
Tennessee 7.5 betting that.
7.5. All right, give me yours. Give me something here, because right now I gotta put a tie on this one.
Oh, I put Tennessee -9.
Okay. All right. Question 2: were you happy to see? Why'd Spanky have to leave? Were you happy to see Dion and Colorado take the loss to Oregon, and why?
Hell yes, because it's everything I said. Dion is he's like a pressure cooker over there in Colorado. I've said it here, and for anybody that knows what a pressure cooker is out there, that's what you can food in and stuff like that. Like he is it's just something that's gonna blow up at some point, and the way he acts, like you cannot run a Division I football program like that. And he's got this cocky attitude, like, oh, we're gonna beat that ass. We're like best in the nation. Like, yeah, you can do it at Jackson State. You can't come to a Division I school and do this, especially against these Pac-12 schools that have really, really, really good talent going on at the moment.
Listen, not only was I happy to see Dion lose that game or Colorado lose that game, I'm tickled to death they lost that game, and mainly because what we have been dealing with media-wise had they pulled off a victory at Oregon. You know, we've already got Boo Carter going to visit Colorado. He's enamored with Deion Sanders. It's going to start affecting recruiting very, very quickly. The more they win, the more they shine. So them falling off their pedestal was a good thing, not only for us media members, but also for Tennessee in recruiting, because the more they lose, the better off it's going to be. To Deion's credit, he didn't pull any punches. He said they got their butts handed to him. So he took it. He said there's no excuses. He didn't use their injuries as an excuse, which I was afraid he was going to. But I say they take another big L this week, and it might be even bigger than the week before.
Well, I will say this. If Colorado, if they win 5 games this year, Deion's still going to recruit very well going into the future. That's what worries me, is because players is going to want to play for Deion because the spotlight's going to be on them, and they're going to be showcased. They're going to be spotlighted all over ESPN, like big primetime games, because ESPN eats that shit up, honestly.
What scares me is is Deion Sanders going to be the untouchable coach that can't do no wrong? Like, if there's ever any kind of wrongdoings or accusations, will he be the untouchable one?
That's why I say he's a pressure cooker. Hey, this at some point something's going to happen that's not supposed to happen.
And I certainly hope not, because I think Dion
He'll get
overall
away with, he'll get away
is
with
good.
more
You know?
than what anybody
Yeah,
else could.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Which current top 10 team is the most overrated?
Oregon.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not a believer in Bo Nix. He's had a freaking 8 years to do something, ain't done shit. Okay? Honest truth. Honest God truth. 8 years to do something, ain't done shit.
Listen, you're going to be surprised. It's Georgia. Yes, I said it. Number one, Georgia is overrated. They've shown me absolutely nothing to convince me that they're the best team in the country. I put them in at about number 5. You know, they beat just last week. Tennessee's favored by 11.5. So what does that say about Georgia? You know, they might blow out Auburn. I may change my mind, but right now Georgia showed me absolutely nothing that tells me that they're better than Ohio State. They've shown me nothing to tell me that they're better than Michigan. They're certainly not better than Penn State. I don't think they're better than Florida State. They've shown me nothing yet. So, Georgia, if you want to be the number one team in the country, prove it this week by blowing Auburn off the field.
Well, I'll tell you with Georgia, they're going to have the chance to show much what they do have coming up because they got Auburn, Hugh Freeze. I mean, respectable team, but then they got Kentucky, which Kentucky's 4-0, but you know, things may happen this weekend. I don't know. It's going to be a good game with them versus Florida. Vanderbilt. Then they got Florida, Missouri, Ole Miss, us, Georgia Tech. Weak-ass schedule. What can Georgia, like, they can pretty much just...
They're just going to ride it
Luke,
out. till
they
we-
can ride it
You
out.
said it a
just-
few minutes ago. Washington would beat Georgia right now.
Oh, yeah.
Washington's quarterback's on
Tell you
YouTube.
this,
We're on
too,
YouTube.
Georgia is last in sacks in the SEC.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to have that great defense. Every team they've played at halftime, it's tied or they're losing.
It's been close. They've shown me absolutely
they
nothing.
do make good second half adjustments. Man,
They have the athletes that
they their offensive coordinator leaves or whatever, and they hire the offensive coordinator that never could get it done with Mark Richt. You know,
it's funny.
So,
Just bring Mark Richt back to coach the offense. You know,
But this is the duel, and we know how Oregon is. Oregon always gets that one loss or two. Oregon's got Oregon State still to play, and Oregon State always plays Oregon and always either screws them or comes close to doing it.
yeah, but
And plus, like I said, I mean, Bo Nix, he's had 8 years. He's like if Bo Nix, if he goes NFL draft next year, will he be the oldest player drafted in the history of NFL?
how old is
but
he?
Oregon's not ranked number 1. Oregon's ranked number 9, and they beat the almighty Colorado this week.
They beat what? What the hell they beat? Nothing. Oh, Colorado beat TCU. Yeah, TCU, the team that lost like every freaking player from the year before.
Don't say, Colorado beat Colorado State, man. Get it right. They stormed the field.
Oh, yeah, they badly beat Colorado State 2 overtimes.
They beat TCU. They lost like 17 out of 22 starters, and then
Yeah.
Nebraska, they've not been shit in a decade. So, all right, question 4: how crucial is this South Carolina game for Tennessee Saturday?
Very crucial. Our season's on the line in a way. Like a Bowl 6 game is on the line. The SEC, like, we're still championship.
100%.
we-
We're just gonna- yeah.
We lose this game, well, the SEC championship. We lose this game, we're pretty much out of a New Year's Six bowl. So,
Listen, this game is absolutely everything to Tennessee. And if any of these players are listening to this podcast, and someone may check us out, guys, you got to give it everything you got for that entire game.
we're on
You know,
YouTube now, ain't we?
We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on
No,
Twitter.
we're-
We're everywhere.
We ain't on Facebook no more.
No,
So
I
I'll,
can't-
I'll tell the players, give them fucking hell.
We'll be back on Facebook, but this game is everything. You know, if we go down there at Neyland Stadium this Saturday night and lose to South Carolina, we're 2-2 headed into the bye week, and then we got to come back and play Texas A&M. Then we got to play Alabama. Then we got to play Kentucky. You know, we could quickly go from 2-2 to 2-5 very, very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
This game is everything. So bring it for 60 minutes. That's players, that's fans, that's the media, that's Bob Kessling, that's Juan Ward, it's whoever. Bring your A game to Neyland Stadium this Saturday night because this game is our season right here, right now. I'm fired up, Luke. I'm ready to go.
It's everything, man. When we kind of said this about Florida in a way too.
This is bigger than Florida at this point.
This that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean this is bigger than the Florida loss makes this game that much bigger.
Kneeling at night, we're wearing dark mode jerseys.
You can't lose in them, man.
We can't lose in them. Can't lose them. Gosh, I'm ready to go. Is it Saturday yet? Now I'm fired up.
Number 5. What is the most overrated sport today?
Oh my goodness. Most overrated sport in general. It's the NBA.
NBA?
The NBA, professional basketball, is the most overrated sport right now. It's boring, especially the regular season.
NBA's not boring.
The NBA is boring. You throw the ball around, you shoot up a three-pointer. Nobody plays defense. They play music through the arena during the play because their fans aren't interested in watching the game. It's boring to watch on TV. Their athletes are incredible. They can shoot the ball from anywhere, but it's just a boring product to watch.
It's the Olympics.
The Olympics.
I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about the Olympics. I can't even talk about the Olympics. I don't know a damn thing about the Olympics. It's soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah, soccer. I mean, I know it's the number 1 sport worldwide, but like it has no interest in me. And like anybody that lives around here in like Tennessee, like I know we got like a Nashville soccer team or whatever. It may be fun to go to, but I turn on my TV and I'm like, they're just running up and down the field and they're kicking the ball back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, what the hell am I watching right here? Like, kick it in the damn goal, do something. Like, that's why I like lacrosse. Lacrosse has a goal. They got a little stick. They beat the hell out of each other with that stick, and then they freaking throw it in the ball goal, and they have like 16 to 20 at this final score.
We just don't know enough about soccer to really get into it. But I would love to go see one of their games because it just seems like a drunken party. So as far as watching them,
Yeah, Corbin fit right in.
yeah, Corbin, you probably love soccer, man. They drink all kinds of beer there. Let's go. Hey, let's go.
No,
Ole, 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 ole,
is it like-
ole.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, if it's drunken,
Don't
party,
give him
It's a
something.
drunken-
Don't give him
Hey,
something
let's
else
go.
to
Let's go to
follow.
the national soccer game. You want to?
I'll go to the
Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to change our mind.
Hey, some of them tickets are high for
Yeah,
some of
they
the
are.
games. Yeah, it's crazy how the stadium looks nice. It looks very nice.
It does, and I'm glad that Nashville's got a soccer team. It's pretty cool.
Catch me find some soccer fan from like Seattle or whoever the hell Nashville's playing.
They take it seriously in Nashville. We'll say that.
Man, we've still got
It's everywhere.
We've still got people trying their best to listen to this on YouTube. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
very,
thank you, guys.
very much. Miranda earlier says the audio isn't working for her. So
Well, at least you got video.
yeah, but apparently other people hear us though. Landon says Hogs need to beat the shit out of Texas A&M. I hope they do. I really
I
do.
think they will. Texas A&M's without their quarterback.
Without their quarterback. They do have a good backup. I can't remember where he come from.
Hey, without the quarterback for the season, he's out for the season.
Yeah, he's out for the season. He's nowhere near as athletic and stuff. But I'm pulling for the Hogs, man, because Arkansas is a team I usually pull for in the West. So.
And one more point on a question you asked just a minute ago about how crucial is this game for Tennessee. We lose this game, it's a bye week next week. You talk about pressure mounting.
You'll hear it for 2 weeks.
We will hear it for 2 long weeks heading into Texas A&M.
What does a Tennessee win and a Texas A&M win do for the game though? Our next game.
It makes it that much bigger.
I mean, you think we get the night slot or
I think we may end up with a 3:30 slot.
3:30 slot? I want 3:30 or not, but man, I love kneeling at night. I can't get enough kneeling. At
If
night.
Tennessee could get a victory this week and a victory against Texas A&M, there's a good chance college game days in Alabama for us.
Is
I think so. I think that's gonna happen.
Is CBS still doing a 3:30 slot for SEC this late in the season?
It's a mix. I reckon. It's a 50-50 between us and Big Ten or whoever it is.
Check Facebook. Someone will ask 32 times what channel the game's on.
Like, oh yeah, I mean,
I got you, Luke.
Yeah, don't get me started. All right, so Kimberly says she agrees about Georgia with Spur. Thank you for trying to listen through all these the lag and all that's going on. Thank you, Kimberly. You always support us in good ways.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening, Kimberly.
So I've got a tie on the first question because I don't know. Y'all kind of answered
Well, it's the same. I mean, there's only one answer to that.
I like Spurs' answer about the Dion in Colorado. I like Corbin's on the top 10. Now, I love the Georgia. I'm going to have to believe it to see it being not in the top 10. But Corbin, I like his answer.
You didn't say not top 10. You said who's the most overrated.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Oregon's at 9. That's where he should be.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but-
But Oregon does always lose, like Corbin said. They do always lose when they shouldn't.
And Bo Nix has had 8 years to do something. He's supposed to be a Heisman. This year they got him go. If you saw the Heisman campaign,
And remember,
Oregon has
Kimberly agreed with me.
have you saw the Heisman campaign Oregon has going for Bo Nix this year, trying to get him a Heisman?
I've not seen it.
Like what in the hell? Come on, really?
Yeah, I've not seen it. And then I like Spur on the South Carolina game. How crucial that is for Tennessee. Just the points you made, I like that, and then the enthusiasm. But I think Corbin is right on the.
You don't like soccer.
I think Corbin's right on the soccer. I'm not a big NBA guy, but I mean, I do watch it.
They do
especially-
play hard in playoffs.
especially playoffs. That's whenever I start getting into it. So I'm just going to give this just based off
I love
what
you.
I said.
I love you so much, Luke.
What I said the spread was going to be on
You're
start
the
bench,
man with the plan.
on start bench cut, and Spur got closest on the spread. So that's what I'm going to go with. So Spur gets the. That was tough, man.
I'm going to take the belt to Neyland Stadium with a
That
dark
was
mode.
tough.
Here we come.
That's the only way I know to do it because I actually put y'all both for a tie for 2 of them.
Kimberly voted for me. Thank you, Kimberly.
Yeah, Kimberly did come through, but yeah, that was tough to do. So
Coming home, baby.
Tennessee versus South Carolina this Saturday. Huge SEC East matchup with a lot on the line. It will be a night game, 7:30 kickoff in our house, our sacred ground, Neyland Stadium. The game will be televised on SEC Network, or you can listen to the game with the Vawl Network. Dark mode uniforms will be
God, they're
activated.
going to be so nice.
Man, I love them. We'll be honoring many championship teams, but the 1998 National Championship football team will be honored that night as well. Neyland will be on fire Saturday night. With that being said, let's get to the keys of the game versus South Carolina. Let's start on offense.
Offensive line need to show up. We need to complete all our passes, best to ability. If Milton gets in pressure, he needs to perform, because it's going to happen. Also, run that damn ball down the throat.
Consistency. Play 4 quarters, accurate throws, protect our quarterback, yards after contact, score, and score some more, and do not let up.
And honestly, if South Carolina was to be like score first on us,
Don't panic.
do not panic. Do not let that affect you. Go out there the next play, the next drive, and be like, all right, we're here. Let's do this.
We have to win the trenches, man. This is where it's going to come. And a lot of games come down to this. We have to establish a great run game. We have to unleash our 3-headed monster at running back with Wright, Small, and Sampson. Like I've said for the 3rd time now, each of them need to have 10 to 12 carries apiece, in my opinion. They're all better at different things. In my opinion, they're the best running back group in the country. If we do them 2 things, Joe will pick this secondary apart. They're mediocre. They're 126th in the country for passing defense. There's 133 teams. So that's not good.
This is Joe's opportunity to break out. This is it. This is his chance.
Start fast. Keep putting on more steam. We can't take a quarter off or a half off like we've been doing the last 4 games. We have to be aggressive and play calling, just all gas, no brakes.
100%.
Defense.
Spencer Rattler. Put him in situations. Make him make plays. Make him mess up plays. And do not let South Carolina get that run game going.
You had to contain Spencer Rattler in the pocket. You can't allow him to make those incredible plays that he's known for. We can't have any breakdowns in the secondary. We had to tackle immediately, and most importantly, get off the field on third down.
Yeah, last year we had them a lot of third and longs, and South Carolina was 8 out of 11 on third down last year. Defensive line, they have to get after Rattler's ass. South Carolina's the 8th best passing offense in the country right now.
I believe it.
So they're very good, but their running offense, they're right there at 126 out of 133 as well. So they're not going to have a good run game. We need to just throw 4 in the box and just throw it.
Attempt them to run it.
Yeah.
I mean, until they
Tempt
prove they
them
can.
to run it. I think our 4 is good enough to stop it, and then, but I think we got to get after Rattler. The secondary, we can't get Rattler going. We can't let him get hot. We need to get in his head, get the crowd into it, man. And like you said, we've got to get off the field in third down. Any other side notes?
The crowd is going to be extremely loud. We had to make not only South Carolina believe that they're in trouble, we had to make our players believe that we believe in them. And we got to be in it the entire game. The crowd's a factor in this game. There's no doubt. Crowd's worth 5 points.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Easily. Beamer loves fakes. Have to watch for fake punts, fake field goals, onside kicks. Like I said, play 4 quarters.
Beamer said something this morning about looking forward to playing in Neyland Stadium.
Yeah,
we need to make him not look forward to ever being in Neyland Stadium again.
Yeah, I was very shocked that he decided to come on an Oxford radio station this morning. Yeah. But
he likes the spotlight. That's one thing about him.
Yeah, I mean, right now Tennessee is 12th in SEC passing out of 14 teams. That's horrible for a Josh Heupel offense, especially when you look at the competition we've played. Tennessee is last when in passes over 20 yards. So our passing game
Got to get better.
We're facing the 126 defense in the country. If we can't throw the ball on South Carolina, then Joe Milton can't throw the ball on anybody. And I mean, I'm not a Joe hater, but that's
it's this week or never.
It's this week or it's never.
I hate to say that because I love Joe. He must perform this week.
100%. I didn't mention this earlier. Want to mention it now. Byron, we've complimented a lot of the last year's players that got drafted. We've talked a lot about Hyatt, a lot about Hooker, Tillman, Darnell Wright. We talked about Corbin last week. But Byron Young, 2 sacks, 6 QB hurries. He's leading all rookies right now on defense. So I'm going to just give Byron Young a huge shout-out. Great story.
And that really shouldn't be a surprise.
Couple years ago, he was working at Dollar General.
Yep.
And then he'd seen a flyer and come to play football, man. So
that'd be a good 30 for 30.
Yeah, he deserves it for sure.
Go for an All SEC Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. Landon on YouTube says Vawls are probably going to beat South Carolina 42-28.
I'd be good with that.
I would too. He says Arkansas will win 35-28 against Texas A&M. I hope so.
I'd be good with that too.
I hope so. Yeah.
That's realistic scores for both teams, honestly. Cause
I think it takes 40 points to beat South Carolina.
I love Sam Pittman too. He made some really good remarks, I thought, too, this week about just players and what all they go through and their mental health and that stuff too. So, definitely agree with you, Landon. Jerry Gibson on YouTube says definitely pulling for Arkansas Saturday, Landon. Let's see. Kimberly says you're welcome. I really do agree with you, Spur. And Landon says he's very accurate with the picks that he makes. So I hope you're right. Man. Yep. We're not going to hit any commercials. We're just going to get through this. We've had a bunch of issues tonight with Wi-Fi.
Have we ever?
We're gonna go ahead and get into Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other, presented by C&D Tire in Oak Ridge. Basically, I'm just gonna pick 5 crazy stories, and then they're gonna guess which state this happened in based off the headline. Number 1, man arrested for calling 911 when strip club wouldn't let his cat in.
I don't blame him a bit.
Man arrested for calling 911.
Wait, his cat or his kitty?
His, an actual cat. A man arrested for calling 911 when strip club wouldn't let his cat in.
Georgia.
Yeah. Let's go with Florida.
You Googling over there?
No, I'm not Googling.
All right. Yeah, that's happening in
Trying to
Florida.
follow our comments. We ain't got any.
The bouncers would not let this man bring a cat into their strip club. The man became very upset and called 911. He was told that this was not the proper use of the 911 emergency system. So the man called back and complained more and then was arrested. His cat also spent the night with animal control.
Cat was in the slammer.
Yeah, locking the cat up. Number 2, man arrested for cussing the police in sign language. Man arrested for cussing the police in sign language.
Well, we all know Alabama can't read sign language. We all know Georgia can't read sign language.
Wait. Well, these California howdy sign languages probably.
This has got to be other.
I'm going other as well.
Denver, Colorado. The incident happened when police escorted a guy named Gil, I can't pronounce his last name, to a hotel where he'd been staying. Though the officers initially had no idea what Gil had said to them, a worker translated Gil's comments, detailing the explicit language that was said to them. While the officers knew that Gil was deeply upset, it wasn't until the translation that they understood how angry he was. They decided to charge him despite the fact he never made a sound. Gil later pled guilty to disturbing the peace.
No comment.
I know. That's
You can say whatever you want to the police. I'm sorry. It's freedom of speech.
Especially when they had no idea. Like, you just had some random person like, oh, he's cussing you. I mean, who knows if they even knew sign language.
I'd get a better attorney, Mr. Gill.
Yeah. Number 3, 12-year-old arrested for spraying perfume in class. 12-year-old arrested for spraying perfume in class.
North Korea.
Yeah, I mean, good grief.
China, North Korea,
do we
third
really-
world country, somewhere like that.
This happened in Alabama.
Austin, Texas. 12-year-old Sarah Bustamines was arrested for
Bust a move.
for spraying perfume on herself during a lesson at school. The teacher felt that the move was disrupted to the rest of the class, despite the fact that Sarah had applied the perfume because she was being bullied by other students who were teasing her, saying that she smelled. The teacher felt that it was the only move she had, and Sarah was acting inappropriately. And the bullying was fine.
What does she get charged with if she's arrested? What can you charge her with?
I have no idea. I need to look more into this one.
Is that on Code Blue Cam on YouTube?
I mean, no, this was just from.
You
the
can't
old-
be arrested for not committing a crime. I mean, this is America, people. This is America.
I've got a lot of school.
Oh yeah, I went to jail one time for an arrest, and I went to court, and it wasn't even a crime, and I saved 6 hours in jail still.
You should own that courthouse.
And
Tell Mama got a hold of him.
and I got out, and I got out, even being told that it was not even a law what I got arrested for. So it happens to the best of us.
All right, last one. 88-year-old woman arrested for not giving back her neighbor's football. 88-year-old woman arrested for not giving back her neighbor's football.
I mean,
How
roll,
old?
roll Tide.
88-year-old woman.
Probably Georgia. They're ignorant down there.
I said Alabama.
You said Roll Tide. This happened in Ohio. 88-year-old
Dadgum granny.
Edna Jester refused to give
Edna.
back her neighbor's football when it ended up on her property. She was irate over yet another instance when a ball was found in her yard. Her neighbor, Paul Tanis, who owned the ball, called the police. The officers arrested the old lady when she maintained that she would not hand over the football, which led to charges of petty theft.
No comment. It's
Hell
in her
yeah.
yard. It's hers.
I guess so. I mean, I guess that's true. But yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I guess I've got some good ones lined up. But that was Florida, Alabama, Georgia, or other, presented by C&D Tire in Oak Ridge. Thank you for letting us do this fun segment. I guess I'll hit let's hit a C&D Tire commercial real quick, and we're going to be back with our predictions.
Hey y'all, it's the Vawl Daddy. The C&D Tire Pros are your go-to experts for nearly all of your vehicle needs. Located in the heart of Oak Ridge at 164 Fairbanks Road. They've got a 4.8 out of 5-star rating, and that's very hard to do in the tire business. Tire installation, wheel alignment, wheel balancing, tire rotation, tire repair, brake changes, oil changes. Hell, they'll even paint your back porch. I've known Zach since he was in diapers. We went to church together. We went to school together. We played football together. And he's been changing tires since he's been in diapers. Give them a call today, 865-483-7455. Like them on Facebook. That's C&D Tire, 865-483-7455.
All right, and we're back. Next, we've got our predictions, our Week 5 predictions. Before we get to them, though, it's my honor, my duty to draw out of the cup of misfortune. We all finished 6-4 besides Corbin. He went 7-3.
What's my record in the season?
I'll have to go back. Man, I ain't flipping
I got
through all them
16 losses, and 8 of them, or 9 of them was high
You want to
school
shake
football,
this before I do?
Yeah,
or do you-
yeah. I get to do the honors this time.
You get to
I'm
shake
drawing
it
out this
up.
cup enough. Do I get to draw out of it again, or do I not going to pay $25?
I picked the. It's up to you. You have to put another paper in there though. If
Well, I'm going to draw one out. You just draw the one on top.
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
You
get
know
a
what all
feel.
these are. You wrote them.
Damn it.
I drew one too.
I don't know if I can see that or not. Be a door greeter at McDonald's
I'm going to be there for that one.
for 30 minutes. Damn, why'd I put 30 minutes on there? I'll do it.
And
Walk backwards in the store and check out with something. That could
You gotta
happen.
walk backwards the whole time you're in the store,
The whole time I'm in the store.
even in the cash register.
I can do it.
All right.
Can I wear my clothes backwards as well?
Well,
you got to check out backwards too. Like,
we'll try to do these the same. We'll just knock
Yeah.
them out the same day.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm good with that.
and
door
we will
greeter.
record it all too.
Oh, we're gonna record it.
We're going to have a whole day of mischief.
Be a door greeter at McDonald's for 30 minutes. We're gonna have to go to a good neighborhood.
Man, I
In Missouri, in your overalls.
That would be funny.
gosh,
do
being
it.
a door greeter, I opened a door for somebody not too
I
long
mean,
ago with
you know-
with a face mask on.
You know,
and
I'm gonna ask for tips.
usually there's a McDonald's connected to the Walmart. So as I'm parking
Since
cars,
when?
he can greet doors.
I ain't been to McDonald's and a Walmart in 20 years.
Near a Walmart.
Near a Walmart.
Near a Walmart.
I thought it said in a
No,
Walmart.
near a Walmart.
I remember when McDonald's used to be in Walmart because that's where I go eat.
All right, so now let's do our predictions. Then we'll do our giveaway. I guess we'll just explain it, and then whoever gets to watch, we'll post it on Facebook. Our record so far: Spur is 30-22. Corbin is 16-36. He's 36-16. Spanky is 32-20, and I'm 31-21. Spur had the score prediction that was closest to the final score, so that's how I got drawed this week. All right, so
You didn't get a bad one though. You got a fun one.
it'll be fun. I was hoping not to get that cereal one.
That's for
Imagine me
Spanky.
trying to host this, eating a big old bowl.
That's for Spanky.
Whole bag of.
That's reserved for Spanky.
Make him do like mini wheats where he's got to use the bathroom real bad afterwards.
I don't see what's so bad about a bowl of cereal.
The whole box.
A whole box? I said eat a whole box watching TV.
Oh yeah, I like, give me some Fruity Pebbles, man.
Dang 'em right.
Yeah.
Knock those out.
All right, game 1, South Carolina at Tennessee.
Got Tennessee winning.
Tennessee.
Spanky has Tennessee. The Vawl Daddy also has Tennessee. Game 2, LSU at Ole Miss.
Gosh, I went back and forth on this one. I've wrote them both down 3 times. I can't make up my mind. So I almost flipped a coin. I'm giving Ole Miss the edge at home.
I didn't even think.
Ole Miss.
I didn't even think twice about it. LSU.
Spanky has LSU, and the Vawl Daddy also has LSU. But
Here comes that cup again.
I am pulling for Ole Miss though. Game 3, this one's tough. Florida at Kentucky.
Boy, it is tough. There's some tough games this week. For some reason, Kentucky seems to be Florida's kryptonite.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Kentucky at home to beat Florida.
Kentucky goes to 5-0 on the season. They stay right there in the SEC East. Surprisingly enough, but Kentucky.
Spanky has his Florida Gators. He's picking Florida Gators, and I am going to go with Kentucky as well. I actually put Kentucky but put a question mark, so I didn't know if I'd change it last minute. Game 4, Georgia at Auburn.
Even though I said that they were overrated, I still think Georgia is better than Auburn.
Georgia.
That's a Georgia from Spanky, and that's a Georgia from the Vawl Daddy as well. I hope Auburn pulls it off.
Hard to pick against Georgia.
It is, and I don't know. We talked a little bit earlier in the season and stuff that this might be one of them games that sneaks up on Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen.
It is on the road, so
On the
it's
road.
going to be a hostile environment. It's War Eagle.
I would love it.
I would too.
It is a true test for Georgia.
Oh, it's
honestly.
gonna be It,
Away game.
Yeah, it'll be loud.
Had Auburn won last week against Texas A&M, that'd have been a pretty big game.
Game 5, another tough one. Notre Dame at Duke.
I got Notre Dame. I think after the loss versus Ohio State's going to light a fire under their ass, and Notre Dame's going to come out and take care of Duke. I still don't think Duke is the football team everybody thinks they are. They got lucky a couple times, and it's just not going to happen. It's just going to be, it's just going to be Duke football for you this weekend.
I really want Duke to win
I
this
do
game.
too, bad.
I really want Duke to win this game. I don't think Duke wins this football game, but I really want them to. I had to go with Notre Dame.
Spanky has Notre Dame, and I also have Notre Dame.
Of course.
So we're gonna have to hope for some NFL.
It's coming right here,
some
probably.
picks right here to diversify us a little bit. Game 6, Dolphins at Bills.
Game of the week.
It's a great game.
Dolphins win it. Miami play it. Best team in the league right now. Them and the 49ers. Right now, if you ask me, Super Bowl, Miami, San Francisco. But the Bills, they lost the first game of the season to start out. But the last 2 weeks, Josh Allen has been playing Josh Allen football, and that whole Buffalo. Gib Davis has been playing like a freaking man. And that Buffalo defense has been pretty stout too. But Miami comes out, wins.
Until somebody beats Miami, I had to pick Miami. I will say this, and this is going to surprise you, probably, Corbin. Take the under in this game. I don't see a 75-point game coming. I think that it's going to be a struggle.
No, it's going to be a close game. I don't expect like that was Denver they's playing. I mean, Denver's got so many problems going on. Like 70 to 20.
Yeah.
Denver's got a lot of problems going on. Russell Wilson, I will say, is the problem in Denver. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but the people that does admit it has some common sense.
Spanky has the Dolphins. I'm gonna roll with the Bills.
I don't blame you.
I
I think it's a good pick, Luke.
think
It is at Buffalo.
I think it's at Buffalo. I wish it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
That would really mess up the Miami team. But I kind of believe in the Bills' defense, and
It's a great game.
you can see I put the Bills first. I marked it out, then I put the Dolphins, and I went back to the Bills. So I've been all over the place. I'm going my original pick. I'm going with the Bills. Game 7, Ravens at Browns.
This is another one that I've went back and forth on this game
This one's tough.
numerous times, and I'm taking the Browns because I think that they have the absolute best defense in the NFL.
That's funny.
I don't know.
I don't know what's so funny about that.
They do have good defense, but yeah.
I do. I think
Right now the Browns is just so up and down. Like they're either gonna win or they're gonna lose, and they've pretty much done that so far this year. The Ravens had a tough loss last week against Indianapolis.
I'll give you a stat in a minute. Stat you're gonna be surprised of.
Make him pick first.
Yeah.
The Ravens gonna win the game.
All right.
Lamar Jackson's gonna bring it. Now, what's your stat for the
I might need to make Luke pick
Cleveland
first.
Browns defense over here?
Spanky picked the Browns. The Vawl Daddy also picked the Browns. I think that defensive front is going to give Lamar Jackson all
Cleveland
kinds
has
of
played
problems.
3 games, 3 NFL games. They've allowed less than 500 yards total through 3 games.
That they are nasty. Their front 7 is nasty, and I think Lamar Jackson's going to be running for his life the entire game. Game 8, Bengals at your beautiful Titans.
And I went back and forth on this game because I think the Titans' defense is just good enough to get to Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow's not 100%.
They can, but
However,
what are you going to see?
I don't think Tennessee can score enough points to keep up with Cincinnati. So I like Cincinnati to win here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans Mike Bravel and win this game. But I'm going with Cincinnati.
Titans losing. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow, he come out Monday and he played his best game of the season so far.
Yeah, he looked good.
Really good. To be as hurt as he was with a calf injury, looked very good. They protected him very well, and they're going to protect him very well again here versus Titans, and it won't be hard. Bengals going to win by 17.
Spanky has the Bengals. I also have the Bengals. I wanted to pick the Titans, but
I did too. I hope the Titans pull it off.
Can't do it, man. Too
Titans'
inconsistent.
offensive line just too inconsistent and bad, like terrible offensive line.
Titans secondary is not the best.
They're a little beat up. A little beat up.
Titans defensive front is pretty solid, and they're going to give Joe Burrow some problems. But I still think Cincinnati wins that division when it's all said and done.
Who wins what division?
Cincinnati.
Oh,
Their division.
Oh, their division.
They might be 1 and 2 right now, but I still think they win their division.
Titans division is going to be tough because
Who knows? Who knows? Cofield's going to win that division.
Is Lawrence hurt?
no,
He ain't hurt? Okay.
no, just Jacksonville's just not the team everybody thought they was going to be.
Well, I think they will. I think they'll get it together though. But I got a notification on fantasy, but I didn't read it. But it said something about Trevor Lawrence, so I figured he'd hurt.
I am leading the fantasy at Vawls Deep Fantasy, by the way.
Game 9.
I am not.
I'm doing good. I don't know where I'm at, but I know I'm doing good. Falcons at Jets.
Take the Falcons. The Jets are just a dumpster fire.
Falcons let me down last week. I know that.
Jets are a dumpster fire at the moment. That whole team is just.
Yeah.
They're looking for a quarterback at the moment. Is it at New York? It's at New York.
Jets.
Did you hear the fans booing?
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson.
I did.
Yeah, it's a train wreck, and
There was fans booing Haddon and Joe.
yeah, I mean,
This is
fans are awful sometimes.
I mean,
Love them.
NFL's a little bit more, but you're dealing with like college kids. Come on now.
Weathers look good for the Falcons.
I do take the Falcons to win the game.
And Spanky picked the Falcons, and the Vawl Daddy also picked the Falcons. Commanders at Eagles, the final game.
Both teams undefeated.
No, Commanders
Yeah,
lost
Commanders
one.
got beat.
Oh, did they get
Yeah,
beat?
that's why I'm taking the Eagles.
I thought the Commanders undefeated.
Shouldn't have told him that. We're trying to.
No, I'm taking the Eagles regardless.
We're trying to put Corbin down. He's up too high right now. So Corbin's got Eagles. You said Eagles too, Spur?
I did.
So did Spanky, and so did the Vawl Daddy.
You know,
So,
with these NFL games, I will say, and college games, I try not to put any Thursday games or Monday games on here. It's all weekend games.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So game 2 is going to be a difference maker. LSU at Ole Miss. I guess game 3 we've got a difference there between Florida and Kentucky. Let's see here.
Game 6.
Game 6 we've got a difference. But I'm the only one there with the Bills. Let's see. We've got one difference in game 7.
Yep.
Corbin picked the Ravens. Other than that, we are
A wash.
we're a wash. So let's do the total number of points scored. Tennessee versus South Carolina.
45.
Corbin went-
45 for Corbin.
I'm going to go with 58.
58 from Spur.
Not that it matters. I ain't gonna lose. So
We'll see. I don't like your. Let's see which pick was that.
the Ravens pick.
Yeah, the Ravens pick.
Oh, that's a great pick.
We'll see. Other than, I mean,
You're saving Lamar Jackson comes out and runs all over them Browns.
man, if I would have went Dolphins too, I'd probably be a lot more secure. But I'm keeping it. I think I've got Spanky's on my phone. I'll have to look and see what his is. I'm gonna go with 62.
It's actually what I had wrote down first.
I'm gonna go with like a 48-14 score.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say I always give 2 just in case somebody matches me.
I'll give you my official prediction for Tennessee, South Carolina if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I think Tennessee wins 38-28.
38-28. Like it. As long as we win. But I want to win good. Let's see here. We'll hit some comments real quick before we cut out here. Kimberly's sending laughing emojis, so she's probably laughing about our picks. I think our cup of misfortune. She likes seeing us suffer, I think. Landon says, what days do you all do a live podcast and the time they start? So far, it's been every Wednesday.
8 o'clock every Wednesday.
8 o'clock-ish. Sometimes we're a little bit late, but we try to be between 8 and 8:15 or something like that usually.
Yeah, depending on how our Wi-Fi is working, which we hope to get that fixed.
Yeah, we live in a very rural area, and we're about to get this.
We
I
can
feel-
be moving the podcast to my man cave if we don't get this better straightened up.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Highland because we're about to get on them hard tomorrow. I'm over it. 3 weeks in a row, it's done us dirty like this. But we've thought about going to 2 lives. It's hard with our schedules to get us all together, but we might be able to start doing it eventually. But thank you all for listening, whether it's live or after we publish our live, probably more than likely after we publish this one. We'd love to hear from you. We're growing fast on all of our accounts, so please follow us on every social media platform that we have. We don't do much on Instagram, but we do have one. But we'll try to go maybe, I don't know, we keep saying it, but I don't know. We might try to go live. We got a night game. We might be able to go live
We need to go live, Luke.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be live on my personal account. I always try to do the Vawl walk or just kind of the
I watched the beginning of the game on your live feed.
Yeah.
This past Saturday.
yeah. It's people love it, so I do try to do that. But we'll try to go live and just kind of shoot the crap or something a little bit before the game, maybe or something.
Maybe we can get Al Wilson to do an interview with us live.
Oh man, don't get me all fired up. there.
And also,
We need to do it.
this weekend I'll be at Talladega for NASCAR, and we're going to be having 3 NASCAR drivers on a live show. Me and Tommy's going to be doing for the Morgan County Today, so check that out too.
Check out Morgan County Today. All right, thank you all for listening, and thank you for bearing with us, the ones that have, and tried to get